Five. We are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. Now on Saturdays, we are going to start with our usual means of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as
Carrick Marsk.
We have Kronos as
Shaxon Rodskala.
We have Hatton as
Tilda.
Marcus as
Corvus Adelas.
Sammy as
Gifton Bracken.
Tobias as Tobias as
Tobias says.
I think Tobias muted.
You muted, yeah.
Unmuted and then remuted and Cassiopeia is still shut.
Okay, and you have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Would like to give the recap? Okay, go ahead.
So, very surprising events transpired as Gifton activated her sword and brought
Cricket noises.
cricket noises. Yeah,
Grimm's children.
Scrim. Yeah, Scrim. Scrim's children back to life. They were young. Sorry, I completely brain farted there. They were younger, teenagers, young teens, preteens, and Scrim had kind of a little emotional breakdown because he had never seen his children since probably that point in their lives when they were sent to free Heia, mistakenly. There were some discussions with Telde between Corvus about what his activities were, where we should be going, and what lays ahead of us. The party eventually, minus Telde, went back to the airship to recuperate, spend the night, bid farewell to the crew, and reassure the crew that, yes, we still own this ship. Yes, we still want it. Please continue on your course. We learned a certain whistle command for pseudo-dragons that make them very respondent. We will have to press telly on that for more information. We returned back to the coast of Zaha, met with Heia and Klopp and the rest of the crew, and we were greeted by the mysterious horse-like things that had a very strong temperament, humps on their backs. Some of us still believe that they're horses, but they were camel. Loaded out with supplies and kit to head out into the desert to the rendezvous location of Talde's mission, of where this brass man was last seen with his fellow brethren of the Warforge, his original unit. As we traveled, we encountered really no major conflict until we got to a particular bridge nearing a town. It was guarded by several lizard folk, Drow and Durga. They were not too pleased with Barastian bastards being on their land and were going to die protecting what they had. Upon fighting them, someone turning into a gold dragon, Telde, I believe, lizard folks being slain, Durgar and Drow being put to the blade. The battle was won with the surrender of the remaining lizard folk and one Drow running off into the desert. Not to leave a bad stain, Corvus and Gifton revived the slain combatants, the slain freedom fighters, and asked to be allowed through to continue on, not stopping at the small village across the river. I believe that's where we left off.
Okay. Now, take your standard inspiration.
The bottom pool.
Bottom one.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The one that doesn't have the H.
Yes. So we left off with you all passing through the village, hurriedly moving out of it so as not to disturb these folk any further. Were you all going to camp for the night once you were a distance away, or do you want to press on? What's the plan?
Camping's probably a good idea, honestly.
Mm.
Honestly, I think we should keep moving because we want to be as far away from this town as possible, lest they get
And
any
we-
ideas.
Yes, we don't want to give them any credence to bother us further. Or for them to suffer anymore.
Hey, Shax, can you hold the Bucky for a while?
Eh.
I can, yes.
Hand you Bucky.
Becky is handed over, and again, at you, Shax.
I'm gonna dote on Dingus because he needs love.
And Dingus meeps happily.
Josh will
I'm
calmly, as he's riding,
holding
just be
two
busy
children.
scratching Bucky's head.
Okay, so you're just pressing forward?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back up on Clop because I assume that's
Probably
what
a
I've been
bit
riding
longer.
the whole time because I refuse to ride a real horse.
Right, yep, Clop happily accepts you on top.
Yeah.
And you all continue on through the night. Everyone, what are your passive perceptions, real quick?
I'm reloading, sorry. 33.
22.
Jesus. 15.
21. I'm loading. 25.
Right, well, my God. Anyone over a 20?
Second lowest.
Remember, though, I can't see anything beyond 120 feet, so...
Yeah.
Everyone over a 20, including you, Corvus. As you are travelling through the night, you keep hearing something off in the distance. A sound like rustling movement, like feathers on leather or something very much like that. Sometimes the sound of rocks being displaced. And it just seems to come in different directions throughout your travel. Perhaps an hour in, away from the village, you've heard it 4 or 5 times now. Because this is now,
Even if
after doing some reading, this is how we're going to be handling high perception scores. I'm not going to give you it, but I'm going to give you the fact that there's something to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
We should have asked what kind of local fauna is in the desert.
I don't think they would have told us.
No, Heya and these others.
Yes, I think you meant to ask other people, not the ones who we just, murdered. and
Yeah,
brought back.
yeah.
I mean, she kind of just came back after being gone for like. a
Well,
really
there was
long
all those
time.
other drow that
Yeah,
were
she
there,
came
and
back a year ago.
Denoran, and Bucky's owner.
Well, yeah, I guess we could have asked them, but I'll be honest, I wasn't really privy to any of the conversation that was going on, and I don't know where we're going. We're
I
supposed to
can
be looking.
inform you of that.
We're going to look for Telda's people, right?
Yes, and there was a stop along the way that seemed advisable.
Okay.
Gifton,
Yeah.
just so maybe it doesn't.
Kind of had a lot going on, and I got
Yeah.
confused. I'm sorry.
No, you can hear that, right?
Hear what?
The shifting rocks,
The
the
rustling and the
movements.
feathers.
Yes.
No, all I hear is he's going clap, clap, clap,
Okay.
clap, clap, and Bing. Dingus goes.
You can hear it, right? Carrick?
Yes, I can.
You can fly, right?
Yes.
Could you, go up and see if you can see anything beyond our view of the horizon down here? Get a dragon eye view?
What do you see with your
Sure.
You want me and Dingus to go up with you, or are
If-
you okay? Hey, by
I
yourself.
mean, you're more than welcome to. It's just I was wondering who was actually hearing that and saying that
Oh,
a Carrick
okay.
did. I mean, feel free, Gifton. It is a
Oh.
concern I have.
That's okay.
I don't know what's out here.
You go ahead, Carrick.
I wonder if Klopp can fly.
I don't want to
ask
know
these
if
questions.
Klopp can fly.
Klopp's amazing. He can do anything he puts his mind to.
Just fly off with Klopp. Okay.
Yeah, but you do it like a bad Unity game.
Okay, I'm going to,
Hey, there.
yep.
Okay.
I watched.
How far up are you going, Carrick?
Are we on a flat area right now?
The
or
area is somewhat flat. It's quite a rocky area. There are basically piles of boulders scattered about, so it's flat, but not in a clear line of sight way.
Yeah. But we're not surrounded by hills or something.
No.
Okay.
The tallest structure is perhaps maybe 30, 40 feet tall, and that's some distance off.
Let's go up. Let's find out exactly what my fly speed is now, because it's been a little while and I don't remember what the change was. Oh, it's 80.
Yes. Do you want to go 80 up?
Yeah, because I can get back down.
Okay.
Quickly, so.
And what are your vision ranges? As it is nighttime.
I have 60-foot blind. I have. Where is my dark vision? Here we go. 180.
Okay, very good. That'll do it. All right. If you succeed at this, that is perception check. Then yes,
absolutely.
Which people can roll perceptions from the ground if they so wish. It's just
Okay.
Actually, Carrick, you're going to have advantage from the air, as you are going to have a better advantage at this.
He also has a pseudo dragon that gives advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Shit! I forgot to change everything. I'm gonna roll as I am, but I just remembered that because of the change, it's not taking my expertises into full effect.
Cass
So.
is
Oh,
rolling decent tonight.
Yeah.
Gift and hugging dingus.
You're doing Mabel and the pig.
Okay. All right.
Shoot.
And Corvus, your dark vision goes to 120, right?
120.
Yeah.
And
He's not looking
blind
for
sight,
trouble.
120.
Tell Dave, what's your vision range?
let me see. It would just be normal.
Okay.
So yeah,
I
that'd be-
don't know that I have any.
Are you traveling with torches out?
I'm not.
Just as a real quick Yuli, because I forgot about how that stone actually works. It's a perception. It's a proficiency. It's actually a 32.
Okay.
I've adjusted now to do the proper rolls. So
Right. Right. In that case, if your standard vision, Corvus and Carrick, you are the only ones that will actually see this. As you are flying up, Carrick and Corvus, you're sort of watching him go up and gazing about where you thought you heard that sound. You see, perhaps 100 feet off from the group, something climbing over one of the rocky outcrops. A strange clawed appendage coming across before being followed by the rest of the form, wings covering most of it, but dotting his wings, eyes, a multitude of them. You think perhaps you catch a glimpse of the head of this creature beneath the wings before they sort of furl over it, keeping it covered. The wings themselves seem to match the colour of the rock face. But both Carrick and Corvus, you see this as it moves, this large winged creature. Wings are
The
all
wings had eyes?
The wings have eyes on them.
do they appear to be like actual eyes, or like were they blinking
false
type thing,
eyes.
or
You see occasionally they blink and shift.
Is it stalking or is it just
Once it
random?
moves over this rock face, it seems to, you think it might be looking towards the group, but it just holds position.
does it seem to notice? Does it? I don't know if I rolled high enough to tell if it seemed to be noticing me, or do I need to make like an insight check or something?
I would like you to make an insight check.
Being followed.
That's a dingy.
Guys.
What?
We're being followed right up there on that rock face.
Carrick,
Yes.
the eyes, there are a multitude of them, and they seem to flicker in different directions, but you think that some of them must have landed on you at least.
Okay, I'm gonna fly down then. Actually, question to the GM.
Mhm.
We have seen, I think, Graz had the magnitude of eyes on his wings.
You are
didn't he?
aware of it, even if you haven't seen it. Yes, it has been
Yeah.
brought
Yeah, I
up.
think most of you didn't actually see it, but I did bring it up because
Okay.
you guys
Okay.
couldn't look directly at Raz without burning your eye sockets out. Remember?
Right.
Okay.
I
And I
think
wasn't
the only
there.
ones who have actually seen an angel in their full glory is Cass and Sam.
Yeah, Cass.
Gifton.
Gifton.
Same difference.
I mean, Corvus technically will for some reason he sees that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he kind of just doesn't look at it.
You've gotten impressions of their form, Corvus.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a visual thing.
There's something over there with. Did it have eyes on other than just the wings? Did it have
The
rest of
wings are
body too?
basically all you can see.
All you
They
can
are
see.
covering the rest of the form. The brief glimpse of that appendage reaching out, you didn't see the eyes on it.
The something covered in eyes.
Winged
not its
eyes.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's friendly. Maybe it's one of his missing angels.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure, and that worries me.
If it is, my concern would be that it may not know who we are.
Right.
If she
Yeah, but
can't
we can
find them,
introduce ourselves.
hopefully.
We have Bucky.
I'm gonna dismount off Clop and give Clop a big head hug and go,
That's-
okay, Dingus,
Can
stay
we do
right
it,
there
Clop?
for a second.
You
I-
sure?
Yeah. What?
Maybe we don't just go towards it. Maybe it,
I'm was taking a step in that direction and then I'm going to wave. Hello?
uh,
Okay. Listen, as you step in that direction and sort of wave, you see.
I don't see it.
Well, now you do. As the form seems to stop camouflaging against the rock, suddenly starkly dark feathers standing out against this rock face, all these eyes facing towards the group, and briefly it begins to rise, and you see the suggestion of a head. Features hard to make out based on the glow of this almost red halo, very dimly lit,
Oh, they're very pretty.
as it faces off towards you all, before simply crawling back over the rock face, out of sight.
okay.
Did you want us to come with you?
I think it's just watching, or I don't.
I
Okay,
think
one
it might have-
second.
If it's one of her
Answer.
angels, we might have accidentally attracted it because
Dear
there's
Goddess
a lot of
Hea,
divine power in this.
I think your angel is here. Did they
Yeah.
have a red halo and really pretty eyes on their wings?
Also, tell her
They're
you
kind
still a
of
dragon.
Tall and
Probably not.
No.
She let that go, she said at the end.
Okay.
Okay, I hope you reached that.
You're praying
Yeah,
to hey, I thought you were sending stoning.
No,
she
I'm
did
gonna
send
sending
stone.
stone a goddess.
What a waste of a sending stone.
I don't know why, but I could just see Hea holding the little halo, sending stone, going, "Oh, this is so quaint."
I could
Yes,
see her
blessings
being
upon
happy.
you. I'm gonna wave. All right, I'm gonna go back on clock. I think they're gone.
If waving and saying hello was the means to every end of conflict,
It'd be a good place.
it would be a good place to be fair. Yes.
I mean, we could try more, I guess, on that one.
Well,
Yeah,
we
maybe.
did with the lizards, and
I mean, it doesn't
Drow.
always work, but it's not bad to hope, right?
We've had
Yeah.
the were dead set on robbing us to begin with.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
They don't like us.
Okay.
I'm gonna mount back up, Pat Clop.
Shall we
that's fine.
continue?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you don't think we should go over there, should we?
No, I
Probably
really
not for now. We
don't.
should at least keep an eye on them.
Kind of
Yeah.
curious to go over there. I wonder
If
they're-
it didn't want to say hello, we shouldn't force the situation.
I mean, maybe that's how it says hello. Maybe it's shy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it was trying to get our attention, but like not trying to scare us.
We could attempt to follow it.
We could just take a minute, and if it looks like it's running away, we stop.
Anyone else?
Ah.
We can try.
To try that, I can
Does anyone
figure
know
it
how
out.
to speak with animals?
Yes.
I do.
Hello, animal.
Ah.
Very interesting.
I could cast that spell, but I mean,
No, it's just a joke.
I don't know if Bucky knows anything about Heya angels.
Ah.
See, that's a non-committal answer.
I believe it is saying, I am hungry.
Are you hungry, Bucky?
Ah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
you're right.
goat.
She
Gifted.
did say
It's-
to feed it extra.
I'm gonna give Bucky
Wait,
a little bit of extra.
No,
bag.
remember, she said it was on a diet.
Bucky will
Yeah, but
eat
diets are meant
happily.
to be cheated on, aren't they, Bucky?
Bucky chews. Ah.
He doesn't spit.
Bucky likes to cheat.
Yes, his Girth says that.
Yeah, pretty sure I've seen fatter goats
It's
than
not that
that.
heavy.
Corvus. This
Yes.
four-eyed goat. Two of the eyes on one side of its head just seems to focus on you.
Hi, I can see you too.
Corvus
Yes.
is staring at the goat.
The goat stares back.
The goat is staring
Is-
back.
Is it is
head
its
explodes.
horizontal iris wibbling and wobbling?
Its entire form seems to be wibbling and wobbling to you.
Ah.
Oh man, scanners already, huh?
Yes, Bucky.
About to be eaten.
And it just winks at you briefly, Corvus, with one of its eyes. And then the eye opens up, and very briefly, you see writhing tentacles beneath it. Before it closes again. And you've just been stared at.
Okay. Don't feed Bucky. Go ahead and feed Bucky. Yeah. Moving on.
Giving Bucky pets. So okay? You don't want to? All right. I'm gonna.
No,
Let's
sorry.
go.
Sorry, no, we were deciding if we were following the possible Heya angel.
I mean, she probably would like, if it is one of her angels, she'd probably like to know where they go, where they are.
Yeah, she did
Oh.
misplace them, that's right.
Yeah, she did.
No, I thought it was her cats she misplaced.
No.
No.
What?
Oh, the
She means the
Sphinx.
Sphinxes.
Yes. Sphinx.
What?
That wasn't misplaced.
That there are what?
Told us that the Sphinx was dead.
Yeah, that not misplaced, dead, Cass.
Gifton is looking very alarmed because at no point has anybody informed her of
That the Sphinx is a cat.
I guess the better question is, most of the group know the Sphinx is a cat.
I would
to be fair.
need it would actually be religion rolls for me for that, thank you.
Yes, Kronos, that is exactly what's going on.
Yes, Carrick.
Carrick ain't saying
I
it.
don't know. Cats.
Yeah, Shaxton.
Cats.
Carrick knows better.
Gifton looks like she's
Far better than
hyperventilating
I
a little bit.
expected.
Why would she make a cat? Well, why? Why?
But to you, well, through your education, Jackson, you previously thought that they were a focus of primitive religion in Sahar, a creature that is worshipped in itself as a deity. Now, knowing of Heya a bit more, it might be reframed somewhat, but you do know what a Sphinx is and what it looks like, as do you, Carrick.
Makes sense.
Well, shall we follow the being? And
Maybe I should stay on the airship and make sure it gets here safe. Wouldn't that be great?
How do you plan to get back there?
I'll grow a tree.
Looks around in the
If
desert.
then come on, you will be fine.
Meh, stalling.
What?
wait, Did
Did it
anyone
just
else?
say
You're right, Bucky.
stalling?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna start
Yes,
writing
the goat
Clop
did just
forward. We were told the goat
Okay.
to talk.
Jack
Well,
is
I
pointed to
wasn't-
Straver's like, yes, the goat can talk.
I will be honest, I wasn't sure if that was pulling our leg or not.
Why
I guess
would they
not.
lie to us?
I wasn't thinking of it as a lie, as, expecting we'd hear a goat talking and it never happened.
Are
Obviously,
we-
they didn't like
Are
us.
we following the hair angel or
No,
not?
let's just go where we're supposed to go. It's fine.
That is probably in our best interest. if
You
it
don't
is.
need me sidetracking us onto something else.
Okay. So
If he's going to attack us, we'll attack us either way.
Mm-hmm.
you continue on into the night then. No more do you hear those sounds following you as you travel on. And soon enough, do you want to actually stop and rest during the night once you're away from the town, or are you going to just keep going through the day?
We should rest.
Yeah, stopping and resting is probably good for both us and the animals.
All right. Well,
Didn't they say something about not traveling during the day because of the heat and everything?
Not on the sea of glass during the day.
Yes, that
It's
is
too
on the-
deadly.
Yes.
See what
Not on the sea, right? Okay.
once you're a couple of hours away from the town, then you finally settle down and make camp. Unfortunately, I don't think Gifton can bring up her magical mansion now.
Nope, I can't. But I'm gonna rely on other people to be amazing.
All right. So how are we doing this? Are we setting up a traditional camp for
First
Game Watchers?
off,
Okay.
Is there anything I can build shelter with?
Not really. No.
The desert.
I have a tent.
It's actually a
second
wasteland desert.
off,
Okay. Newman's tiny hut. What 9 creatures are you including in this? Because this will not fit all of the camels.
correct.
I'll
but I
stay
think it has
outside.
multiples
Oh, you're going to
because
cast
there's a
multiple.
ritual.
Okie dokie.
They're a ritual, so they take a little bit of time, but I can at least get one up and go from there.
Okie
I mean, you
dokie.
can't fit any of the camels in, so
Yeah,
we can
because
make it.
they're
Yeah.
bigger than medium, anyways.
Mm.
As Carrick is doing this, I suppose. Gifton.
Yeah.
Has Klopp ever tried to speak with you in any way, or is just kind of
Guess it's gonna kind of lay a hand on Clop's neck and give it a pat. I mean, he communicates. His own
right?
way.
Abstract communication.
Yeah, body language.
Uh huh.
It's universal.
Okay.
I
Right,
actually,
Clop.
I don't know. That's
Top wibbles.
Yeah. That. Can I try something?
Gifton stands protectively in front of Clop.
It's not going to harm him or anything. It's more of a curiosity if he actually has a language. Do you know the spell tongues?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
It allows me to understand languages and able to speak said languages, but I have to touch the creature to do it.
Well,
So-
you should ask Clop if he is okay with it, because Clop is his own person.
I understand that. I was just curious if he's ever spoken to you, since you have a more personal relationship with him. Klopp. Hi.
Top stares at you.
This is getting Bucky levels. Do you mind if I
You know how
Test
we
us.
used to ask him questions.
test a spell on you? See if there's a language that can be comprehended?
Klopp briefly nuzzles at Gifton before just stepping over towards you, Corvus.
I just got reassured.
Thumbs up? Okay. Corvus is going to reach out and touch the muzzle of this horse and cast tongues.
Okay.
Doesn't that require a spoken language, though?
I just want to remind you that when you're casting it on the person you touch, who then understands.
You're sure you want to
Spoken
cast it on
language.
Klopp?
And also, when it speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understand.
Spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language. Oh, I cast it on myself.
I was just saying, technically, it would still work the other way.
Yeah, it
It would work the other way. It'd make it so we could all understand Clop, but
Yes.
we don't know
Yeah.
if Clop has a language.
He has to have a spoken language for it to really work. So you might as well cast it on yourself, I guess.
I'll cast it on myself.
Well,
Well,
Yeah,
either way, it's about the same. It's if Klopp has a spoken language, all of you will be able to stand him. If he doesn't, then casting it on yourself doesn't make any difference, and you won't be able to.
yeah.
So on Klopp
so
is
you
just
might
fine.
as well cast it on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Touch Clop.
Okay, you touch Klopp, and Klopp seems to wiggle a bit, and then he starts to unfurl from his horse-like form. More tendrils forming about, which start to wave at you.
Hello.
Gifton's
Can you-
imitating wacky, wavy, inflatable flailing to man.
Can you say Gifton's name?
On the left side of Klopp, a few of its
Undulate.
tentacles seem to undulate in a specific pattern, and one of them actually flashes blue briefly.
I can't do that. Gifton's wiggling her fingers.
God, it's just a pseudo dragon, basically.
Mm.
Gifton wiggles her fingers. How do I say clop?
Okay.
When you ask that, Gifton, Klopp's now just about fully tentacle, strange, writhing form turns towards you and starts to writhe and flash a multitude of colours from within itself.
Oh wow, your
Bio-
name's so
bioluminescent
pretty.
lights lighting up the night sky.
Your name's so pretty. I'm sorry, I can't recreate that. Gifton's sitting there wiggling her fingers. going,
Unfortunately, Klopp does not have a spoken language.
Hmm. No, I was afraid of that. I just wanted to
Definitely
make sure.
understands you.
Yes, I figured it understood as communication.
Oh well,
All
it
right.
was a good try. At least he understands us okay.
Yeah.
So it is the
We just
important
have to
of
be
it.
sensitive to his ways, and maybe someday we could learn his language. Like the Durgar, they speak differently because
That it's more or less of just a series of hypotheses that I have.
Dingus is bobbing his head at Klopp.
Do you understand him, Dingus?
Dingus flashes little thoughts at you. A purple shape, red triangle, and you see Klopp flash a red triangle forming its tentacles.
Oh, neat. Well, Dingus, you make sure you tell us anything Klopp wants us to know, okay?
Dingus bobs his head.
Corvus.
Give Dingus egg. Give Dingus egg.
Corvus will
Give Dingus more food. Leave goat behind.
with Igni. Their form of communication is telepathy. Would he understand that?
You know it's telepathy, yes.
Mind pictures.
Maybe spoken language is not something that is necessary. I don't know a way to give oneself telepathy though.
Maybe something to think about for the future. We should figure out watches.
We'll
I'll take
watch
one.
the entire time.
We should have more than just few on watches, though.
I can take a watch.
I think all of us are capable.
Yes, it might be a good idea.
That way let Corvus sleep. He looks really tired.
Yeah, Corvus is looking at Klopp thinking.
Well, I'm gonna sleep first. Or actually, no, I'll take first watch with whoever, and then
I can
then
take the
sleep
second
after
watch.
that. Yeah, you dingy, yes.
Cass will take last watch.
Clap. You want to hear about my kids? I'm gonna tell you all about my kids.
Gifton. Klopp's tentacles suddenly surge out wrapping around you and just hefting you up as he seems to form a strange seat almost, trading you in with him as he rives up on top of a nearby rock to keep watch.
Oh. Wow, that's cool. All right, and then I'm gonna start telling Klopp stories of everything he's missed in the last year while I keep watch.
I guess I'll take the one before last watch.
Oh, we're doing watches. But I guess
I think second watch hasn't been claimed, right?
I
No,
took second watch.
Oh, you take a second? Okay, so any of the slots, Corvus, because they've all got people in them anyway.
okay. I'll take second then with
Okay.
Shax.
Okie dokie. Right. First watch. Gifton and Telday, I believe you are up.
Yep.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to put on goggles of night.
Good
because
idea.
it's night.
I could have lent you a pair. I've got a set on though.
I have a
Been my
pair. I
brain.
just
By the way,
forgot
I
to.
edited the watch order file. I just don't know other people's passives, so I just left them as question marks in there currently.
21.
One thing I'm going to ask: have you all lit a fire? It is very chill in the night of Sahar.
Well, guess we would have.
Quickly
But we're also in
bubble.
bubbles, so
Well, the people on watch aren't.
yeah.
Lighting a fire is probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll light a fire.
Okay.
What are we gonna light the fire with though?
Yeah.
Because I will point out, Gifton didn't bring all of
There
her normal
is
shit.
dry shrub and vegetation around that you could easily burn.
Okay.
Probably just
Mhm.
get as much
Yeah,
as
that's a lot of
Set
effort to
something.
continue to feed a fire with that.
Dry shrubbery. Didn't Cass get a lot of wood?
Back
I'm-
on the airship.
I think, yeah, she took that back to the airship. That's where
Oh,
that is.
okay.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Continual flame will not help you here. I'm sorry, I cannot help in this way because that doesn't generate heat. So, yep. I think I'm just bundled up because I've got lots of layers on anyway, so I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm
Right.
insulated.
Okay, well, the people inside the bubble are fine temperature-wise.
And those are
Outside,
people sleeping.
it is pretty chill out here. Even with the layers you're wearing, they are light things made to basically
Keep the heat.
keep the heat off of you. So yeah, it does get cold.
Oh, it does get cold. Nice.
Klopp wraps around you more.
Thank you, Klopp.
Dingus is also going to burrow into Klopp.
Yep, bro. In. We're
At the very least,
we're
Shax
not up
will
here.
for like be using this.
Okay. Right, but yes, perception perception checks from Gifton and Telday, please. Gifton and Dingus will give you advantage.
Okay, I will... Not great.
Okay. Yeah, the hour seems to go by peacefully, or 2 hours, I should say, whatever it is.
Sure.
Nothing seems to happen, and you just get to watch the starry sky. It's the stars seems a bit different out here. Just a slightly different layout. Very pretty, and it's definitely more like being in one of the forests on Barast rather than the cities. It's no light pollution, nothing to block the sight of them. And your watch passes.
I'm gonna extract myself from Klopp and bundle up Dingus in a blankie really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Go over to Telday and go, are you gonna be okay on the next watch?
It will be fine. Thank you, though.
Okay. You know, if you ever need anything, I'm around, okay?
Yes. Get some sleep.
Alright. Night, Telday. Give Telday an awkward hug. Night, Klopp!
Klopp flashes a yellow at you softly.
Yes. And I will go wake up Shax, because I think he was next on watch.
Shax and Tail and Corvus, yep.
Mm-hmm. And Gifton goes to sleep with the ring on after she briefly says a couple prayers with people that she likes, which is pretty much a lot of people. So it takes her a bit, but then she goes to sleep.
Do you include the Lizard Queen?
I do say a prayer for her to Hea.
Yeah.
That's I watch over those people. That was unfortunate.
Okay. Right. Would Shaxon and Corvus and Telde give me active perceptions, please?
Active perceptions.
See, Gifton was distracting me.
Telde and Corvus. About 40 minutes into this watch. It's distant, very, very distant, almost inaudible. Not close enough to be of immediate concern, but you swear you hear a brief scream in the night. But it could have also been a wild animal. They can be very strange sounding themselves, and you don't know what's out here. But it is in the direction that you are travelling towards.
I could investigate further.
Or yeah.
If
Investigate what?
There was a scream off in that direction. It's a bit far out. It's
Very far out.
I don't think it's anything immediate that we should be worried about. It could have been just an animal, it's bad. If you want to, Day, you and I can walk out a ways to see if there's anything advantageous to do so. Look around a bit further out from the camp. Shax, if you want to stay here.
Klopp, please help protect the camp.
Pop wiggles at you.
Yes. Yeah, Klopp is here.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
Okay. How far out? How long do you want to travel for?
About 40 minutes.
Yeah, you might bump into this before that time elapses, but how much time do you want to
Okay.
spend?
I want to take 10 to 15 minutes heading out
Mhm.
and then gauge based on
Whether you can notice anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2025, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, you travel out 15 to 20 minutes. There's sound in the desert. It's not actually as quiet as you might believe with how desolate it seems. The occasional shifting of sands, the pitter-patter of something fast running in the night, small animals.
Everything comes out in the night. It's so
Mhm.
bloody cold.
Once you've gotten that far out, go ahead and give me a perception or investigation, whichever you'd rather do. Whether you're peering out around for other signs or whether you're trying to examine the area.
Corvus will investigate if Telde wants to perceive.
Okay. I would have been fine with investigating, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, wouldn't that be better the other way around?
Probably.
I know Corvus has a very
Probably.
high wisdom score, so has probably good perception, and I think
Yeah.
Telde is pretty good at investigating.
Investigation.
Okay, well, we'll swap that out then.
All right.
Just give you better success chances.
And
Sorry.
of course, I just rolled badly.
Telde, you're pushing aside rocks, looking on things. Whoa, that scorpion is colourful.
It's a very loud scorpion.
Its stinger actually catches your hand as you lift a rock, but doesn't really do anything to you. And then it
That's
sort of
pretty. I should bring it back to Gifton. I bet she'll like it.
Here, Klopp. I brought you something.
Corvus, you listen out, and you just hear the sounds of animals in the desert. Things scurrying about, things flying overhead every now and then. Just ambient noise.
I don't hear it anymore. It could have been maybe a death scream of an
would've
animal.
Been amazing if something lured you away from camp.
Yeah. They found anything?
Unfortunately, Nothing more interesting than this. I will
Oh.
pick up the scorpion.
Yep, scorpion is wriggling. Snip,
That's
snip.
Do we
Glad
know
I
what
picked it up by
scorpions
its
are?
tail.
Because I imagine scorpions don't really. Well,
You
no, the
don't.
planes would have.
They're not particularly common in Barrast, I'll say that
Yeah.
too much.
Okay. It's a very odd-looking insect. It looks like an insect.
It's got like a little arm on its butt that it keeps stabbing off.
I'm afraid that's not going to do it, Telday.
Yes.
Some kind of crab, maybe?
Crustacean.
Everything comes down to crab.
Crab battle.
It is time for crab.
Do you think it's tasty like crab?
A wasp crab.
Would you be interested in eating it?
I do not like to eat chicken.
I don't usually eat random things I find in the deserts
Give it to
or
Carrick. He'll probably put
anywhere.
something into it.
I'm sure
Are you-
Kara can maybe cook something with it.
Are
Maybe.
you frequently in deserts?
No, I don't know what's out here. I leave it right where you found it.
Oh, okay. Put it back down, then pick up a rock
Back over
and
No.
kind of like hesitate for a moment.
Carefully
Just
put rock back over top.
Carefully put the rock slightly behind the scorpion.
I'm out of character thing here. We had scorpions, and my mom dropped a phone book on it, and then jumped on it multiple times.
And it was so
Picked up
good.
the phone book,
Yeah.
and it ran off. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Depends on the kind.
Right. You safely return the scorpion to the ground where it sort of scurries off away from you. Start to go back to camp.
I'll definitely make note of that creature. It's interesting, to say the least. We should head
It is-
back.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully there's no issues back at the camp.
Meanwhile,
You head back towards
Cooking
camp,
campfire.
and you reach camp without incident. Shaxton, nothing particularly interesting happened while they were away.
hmm They
And
will notice on their way back that there is now a rock golem standing out.
hi guys, I'm here.
Jack's just then calmly sitting there working on something.
okay, all right. And soon enough, after you've returned, this watch has passed.
Um,
And so your
Wake
watch has
up.
ended.
our watch has ended. Oh no.
Oh no.
Wake up, Carrick. Carrick.
Yes.
It is your time for watch.
Time for watch. Oh, if you see the weird crab thing, seemed
Weird
aggressive. Yeah.
Crab.
It was like this big, it had crab hands, but then it had this tail.
You mean pincers?
Yes, pinches.
Can I make a check at
Go
disadvantage?
ahead and make a nature
description?
check. Yep.
Is it a disadvantage from the description?
No, you can have it at normal, but it's a high DC
Okay.
because it's not a familiar thing to you.
Okay.
Oh, good enough though. Carrick and Jackson, you think they've just described a scorpion?
That is a scorpion.
Keys just
I'm gonna-
described a scorpion.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna minor illusion.
Ah!
Make it-
Yeah, he makes a scorpion. It doesn't look exactly like the one you described, but it's a similar shape and such.
Yeah, somewhat like that. A little bit different.
I believe they're
They're
called
poisonous.
scorpions. Don't know if they're how dangerous they are to people in all forms.
Well, Toadie picked it up, so.
I mean,
Can tell they be poisoned.
Out of the two of you, is probably less danger to him.
Yes, I imagine so.
That wasn't in
Yeah,
character.
that's
But anyway,
Did I
they're a
know?
little bit aggressive, they seemed. It was very mad at Telday, but I'm going to bed. One thing to note, there was some sort of activity off in that direction. Telday and I tried to investigate, couldn't find anything, but we heard a scream of some sort. I don't know if it was an animal or maybe a person. but nothing seemed out of miss. But keep your ears open.
Hey, and you swap your positions. Telday, are you planning to go fully awake beyond your sentry's rest?
No.
Okay, we'll be running off your passive for the rest of them then.
Yep.
Okay, which is
21.
Yeah, 21.
Oh, that's right. I have to readjust what I just did.
Blackjack.
Okay.
Stupid.
Time starts to go by, and about 20 minutes into your watch, Carrick, you hear the faint sound of wing beats far up, and Telday, your passive actually picks that up as well. You hear.
Should I actually make an actual check?
You can make an active perception check now. Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted one in general.
That's just your passive picking it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
3, 2,
and as you gaze up, very far up, you can see a faint red glow in the sky. Whether it's just too distant to make out, or whether there's some kind of cloud cover or such masking it, it's hard to tell at this time. But then you hear something else as it flies overhead. Sound of something rushing through the wind. And then there's a sudden catch of something in your eye, falling towards you. And within moments, smack right into the ground, about 10 feet away from where you've got these bubbles set up.
I'm also going to hit that because I don't remember how big of a radius it is. 30 feet. So it's going to start barking.
It does start barking, yeah. Yeah, and you're all awakened by this barking, if not the sound of a body hitting the ground. The horrible sound of crunching and squishing.
As coming up with a pistol drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing the rapier. Actually, no, I'm drawing the
And
staff and the
Gifton is
rapier.
in a blind panic of, oh no, dog.
Crop's tentacles instantly sort of start wiggling about, rubbing out, almost forming these little pointy knives as he goes on alert. And Carrick, that red glow in the sky just starts to drift away to the east.
I'm going to go and see what hit the ground.
Okay.
I guess everyone's up.
Yep, everyone's up unless you choose to be asleep through that.
No.
Yeah.
The dog alone.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog's safe, I guess.
Yes.
Gifton's gonna light herself up, so I'll do the divine manifestation.
Okay.
I'll
we're
suddenly
really
radiant
awake.
glow, and I'm gonna come out like, whoa, what the heck was that?
Okay. Carrick. Are you silencing the dog or letting it keep barking?
I will silence the dog.
Is
Since
it just like an alarm?
no, it actually will attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a guard dog. It's a little guard dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, who is this? What is this?
As whoever wants to wander over the body can.
Yeah.
I assume we do, yeah.
As you come over to it, it is a mess. Limbs bent in the wrong directions. Bloody gashes ripping through its clothing. Blood still pooling onto the dirt. Looks like a somewhat fresh kill, but you'd have to investigate further to find out exactly how. But notably, Shaxon and... Well, actually, basically Shaxon, the uniforming is incredibly familiar. In fact, all of you saw in the Hexenreich facility very similar uniforms. It looks like a Hexenreich soldier, middle-aged, grizzled face, stubbled, eyes wide.
Corvus, should we try?
I don't know how far it's gone. I can maybe speak with it. Its
And
mouth is still
Notably,
Yeah, fuck it.
available.
Does it have the
Oh,
like the marking of the eyes or anything on it?
I
it
only have one more of those, Gifton, just to let you
it
know.
is a mess of a body. Do you want to investigate it to try and see?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Or are we revivifying straight away?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
she
try-
clicked it.
I'm gonna try to
Okay.
revivify because if basically every second might count for whether
Yeah.
or not it
Yeah.
can still do it. So I
You
would
go
try,
ahead and
then,
touch
yeah.
the body, Gifton, and it does not stir.
I frown as I consume a bunch of diamond dust, which I do.
It like goes up like magnesium fire.
Yeah, but all right, you guys continue doing
cool.
what you're doing because I did my brief thing.
Right, Shaxton, you start looking over the body, and immediately you catch speckles of white. And as you try and clear away some of the blood, move away some of the torn outfit, you see emblazoned across his chest. It looks like a burn mark. Multiple of them have been burned into his chest to give this constellation thing, which has then been speckled over with white paint.
They're very
It's
invested
a
in
star
that.
mark. Well, it is what the hell they've left at that point.
Oh.
Devote themselves entirely to their god.
Oh, whatever was up there. How
Yeah,
far
they've
up
done a
did you
good
say it
job on them.
was?
It was well above your draconic vision range. All you could make out was the glow that it let off.
There was a red glow up before it plummeted, but the red glow flew off, and I'm going to point in the direction I saw it flying.
I'm gonna fly up.
You're going straight up?
Yeah, I'm gonna
There
go
is
straight
a
up.
possibility that whatever that red glow
Well,
was maybe
Which-
killed the creature that screamed.
If you want to give me a perception check, Gifton?
Okay, well, I've got my halo active, so
Mhm.
crazy stuff. Boop, boop. I do not have a dingus, or do I have a dingus?
Depends, you take this up with you. I mean, he's
I'm taking
sticking with you.
dingus me.
Yep,
I'm
then
taking
you
it
have
with me.
advantage.
Not good.
Doesn't matter. You can make out the glow. It's pretty distant from you. Definitely heading east, but it's there.
Hey, what the heck?
If we want to talk to it, I would have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
the
go
only
flying
thing.
that way.
Okay, you start
Goes
going after
east.
it.
Oh,
The rest of you do see Gifton's, the glow of her halo and so on, starting to drift away towards the east,
Gif-
following this red light. Gifton.
East is the way he went last time, wasn't it?
No, it went. Actually, yeah, about the same distance, same direction. Yes.
Kadok, you can keep pace with her up there, right?
Probably.
You might want to go give her backup just in case.
Try to see if you can figure out what might have done this, and Carrick's going to take off.
Okay.
No bet. Corvus will investigate the death of this creature.
All right, go ahead and give me a medicine roll in.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay,
it's
good, that's-
necropsy time.
Something I don't have the best roll in, I don't think so.
Okay, you start looking over it, and yeah, definitely exsanguination caused through these great big claw marks that seem to be covering the body. Not only do these seem to be rendered open, the bleeding has not stopped or slowed slightly, and you think this body is over an hour old at this point.
I think we found our screamer, Tilde.
That
Not too
is
surprised.
possibly unfortunate.
Which the blood flow should have started to stifle at this point, yet it is
It should have
not.
eased up by now. It's almost like it's still pumping blood.
Are you sure it is dead?
Corvus will check if it's still dead, if it has a heartbeat.
It is
still dead?
definitely dead.
There's a lot of blood in this.
Let me
That
pull
is
some more
okay.
out of it. That's a lot of blood.
That is worrying.
Yes.
Try tasting it. Maybe the blood tastes weird.
It's in fact maple syrup.
Wouldn't it be slower then?
Depends.
Oh, actually, Corvus, you're checking for a pulse, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll let you have a separate medicine check for this.
Okay. You know, I do have 2 of these cards. I'm going to re-roll that.
You're going to roll a 15? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely dead, Corvus.
It's dead.
Your medicinal knowledge, you guess maybe some kind of anticoagulant or something?
Oh,
Since I was
The
looking it
blood's
over
thin.
anyways with investigation, should I Try and give it one as well.
If you so wish to.
The
Yeah,
blood's
maybe
thin.
try.
It's runny.
Could
It's
And I'm
poisoned,
going to
maybe.
give myself a +6.
+6. Okay. You're used to approaching things a little differently than Corvus is. He's approaching things from a very biological standpoint. Traditional medicine learning. You're a lot more used to machines, Jackson.
Mhm.
A lot of the machines that you run with have a far more steady flow, lower thrums, not the quite steady heartbeat you're looking for. And you can detect that in his body. Things are still flowing, things are still moving, just not in a very traditional biological sense.
His body is acting like a machine. There's still something flowing with it.
It's a bad thing Carrick left.
Carrick and Gifton.
Because Carrick might notice something like similar to this.
You are moving through the air. Carrick, you sort of catch on up with a little behind, but well within sight.
Mhm.
And Gifton, that red glow stops moving and then starts to drift back towards you.
Excuse me?
And soon you can make out flapping wings, a red halo, and this quite monstrous form, humanoid, but limbs twisted, covered in these fine feathers, eyes spattered about its torso, its head almost recessed into the rest of it. And once it's within clear visual range, it seems to just stop in midair and wrap its wings about itself, seemingly hovering, as if hiding its form. All that is visible from between the top of the wings is this red halo.
And this might be the wrong check, but if it is. Trying to see if I've ever heard any stories
That
of
matches no fucking
red
angel
halo.
you've ever read about.
Okay, the red halo doesn't come up any. That's
Nope.
anything else. Okay.
As far as you're aware, halos have always been depicted as white, bright lights, or golden at least.
Mr. Gifton's emitting a golden light because
Mhm.
that's hers kicked on right now because I activated form. She's gonna tilt her head a bit and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to startle you or anything, but why did you drop a dead body on us?"
It's
I mean,
Near us.
I mean, technically, they dropped on my dog.
Yeah, I kind of dropped it on your dog.
its eyes seem to flicker about
are there
briefly.
people that need help somewhere? I mean, is there how can we assist? Are you trying to help us? Because it looked like a Hexenriker. We're kind of looking for like a guy who's running around with some Hexenrikers right now that Hea wanted to figure out what they were doing because they were doing bad things to tell these people. You're one of Hea's angels, right? Please tell me that.
Its eyes all focus on you, and you see its feathers almost sort of quiver and vibrate, much in the way Klopp does when he's trying to communicate. And then the both of you hear almost chittering sounds around you, almost like overlapping whispers in the air, as this volume begins to build, attempt at communication, until you finally hear intruders.
They're intruders. Do you need
There
help with them?
was one of the Morgani faithful. I wonder if they're more than.
You are going towards them.
We are? Okay, that's good. We're trying to find them because we were sent to get them. Also-
Fled, returned.
They fled, returned?
One straggler. One fled.
One fled and one straggler. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm Gifton. It's really nice to meet you. Hea wanted us to meet earlier, but she couldn't find any of you.
I was chosen.
Yeah, your mother's chosen. Yeah, mother's with Scrim.
No, you.
No, I'm pretty sure she's got Scrim and Raziel. But we're gonna go help her with this.
The chosen contain a light.
I'm gonna look over at Carrick for some help with this.
I'm gonna do this because I have a out of character theory, and I just want to see if insight. Does it seem to be directing at both of us?
Yes.
I
Do you have
think
a
it
name
might
yet?
be the blessing.
Oh.
Searched by her. Yes. No name for us.
Do you get to pick your own name?
No name. We are one.
I can't understand what you say.
No name.
No name? Okay.
I got that.
No name needed. We are one.
We are one. Okay, one. Well, it was really you don't
Are
you don't
the
have
others
to hide from us if you well, it seems like you like to. You have really pretty wings. I like them.
Fear is our gaze.
Fear is your gaze.
What kind of?
Do not fear.
I don't fear
He
it.
doesn't fear anything.
So Gifted fears cats.
The Gifted fears cats.
Cats, horses, and dogs.
It's cats, horses, and dogs.
We told them, do not be afraid. They screamed.
Is the one that you dropped near us one that screamed?
Yes, we bring salvation and
Okay.
Are you saving them from themselves?
yes, higher purpose.
They resemble angels. Is that why?
No, tainted.
Oh, I think what one means is that you know how the Morgani followers are going kind of woo.
Yes.
Is that probably some sort of weird infected madness, and maybe one detected it?
Yes, I think it's the touch of the first.
Yeah, the madness that's trickling through them.
Why do you call us from our duty?
I'm sorry, it was a bit of confusion on our part.
You seek them. We know.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna go.
delivered.
Thank you. We didn't understand what you were doing. We didn't know who exactly you were. So
We helped the faithful.
You did help. Thank you.
I believe one is traveling with them that is not like this.
No, one is not traveling with them. One's right.
No. One as in the number.
Oh,
not
the
as in
number. You mean a person?
angel.
A person is traveling with them. Okay.
The one that Telde's looking for, I am guessing, is not.
Did you see
Afflicted.
a metal person like what we have with us?
One of us have.
Okay. Thank you. Are they? And I point in the direction that vaguely they said they found the body.
Further, across the frozen glass.
The frozen glass? Okay.
Across the sea already.
All right. Well, we will stop bothering you now. I'm very sorry, one. We did not mean to interrupt you.
Thank you for your
Blessed
assistance.
words are welcome.
Thank you. Blessings upon you. And I'm gonna tap Carrick and start flapping back and thinking, that was really nice. I like meeting new people.
And it continues back on flying, turning its back to you before its wings unfurl.
Well, we now know at least what one of them looks like.
We know what all of them look like because they are one.
Right. Back at the it's a rather bloody mess. Telde, I think you want to say something before we shift scenes.
I was actually going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Right, so you cast Cure Wounds on this air-quote body, and the cuts and such covering it don't start to close up. Rather, they seem to almost peel back, and feathering seems to be just emerging from these wounds, almost as if growing.
Prepare for possible fight. We may need fire.
Jax is just going to, very cognizant, pull his pistol back out and have it leveled at the thing.
Oh, now it makes sense. Salvation. You made another angel. It's a baby.
Oh no.
And
She said they can reproduce. This is how they do it.
the soldier's eyes, already opened wide, suddenly start darting about, and you see his body jerk and seemingly just reach up right into the air in front of him. There's a horrible crunch, as this is a very broken arm that goes up. And he seems to be grasping out, and he just starts to cry out in Hexenreich, please, 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 help, please, please, please.
Okay, he's moving around, right?
Not so much. His arm's up, and his sort of body is quaking, jerking, but he's not moving about. No.
But moving around with a very torn up body is bad.
Yes.
All right.
Also, he's speaking in Hexenreich, so
Yeah.
Fighting
Yes.
chicken feathers.
Okay.
Right, you're casting whole person on him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Let me.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, 1 second.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it takes hold. He is suddenly halted, his body unable to move or writhe.
One of the metal in his arms is glowing as he's doing this. All right, he's stable for a minute. So let's see what we can do for him.
There's a feather coming out of him.
I don't know why there's feathers coming out of him. Telde, you that was cure wounds, yes?
yes, I attempted to see if healing it would improve the situation. I am not sure.
Yeah, I don't. We only have a few seconds left. Right. Corvus will heal wound or heal. Bleh, no, cure.
Cure.
Inflict. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to reverse it.
I mean, I don't like the
it wasn't-
feathers.
I wasn't sure if you. I mean, feathers sprouting out of a human probably are bad. Is it human, by the way? Just curiosity.
Yeah, he appears to be human. Middle-aged human.
He
Certainly
was.
was.
He can still talk, I believe.
Yep.
Sam.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same wavelength.
He is. Can paradise people talk?
No, they
I don't
cannot.
know.
They cannot.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
His eyes are just darting a bit, and his speech is stopped.
Corvus will say, "We're going to try to heal you in Hexenreich. We're going to try to heal you, and we have to suck the bones so you don't rend yourself in more pain." Shax, can you assist with this?
Yes, I can. Check.
Corvus will do this.
Okay. Right, you cure wound him. Are you trying to direct this at any particular body part? Or are you just letting it blanket him?
Get him to a more stable sense. I mean, he has
So
a
just
lot
general
of
blanketing.
damage.
He's the right side of his torso is very, very badly damaged. You think the right shoulder took the brunt of the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So you cure wound him, and there is the sound of muffled vocal cords trying to scream. unable to fully articulate properly in his paralyzed state, as there is a horrible, sickening, crunching sound as
This is why I don't like this.
feathers start to emerge from his right shoulder. They look sharp, almost chitinous for a moment.
What is going on?
So that is not the magic doing that, or at least not directly.
There's something else with them? I don't know. Ah, there it goes. Whole person's gone.
Okay. Right, you let go of the whole person.
It's 1 minute,
Drop
so...
some blood at this point.
Yeah. It can't punks! Must be here. He's scared, Corvus.
Corvus,
That's what I say, good will
kneel-
kind name, good sign.
kneel down and hold his head.
Shax, he does not want to be an angel.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean you do not want to be an angel?
He's turning into an angel?
He's
This-
speaking actually like you. Out of character, he's speaking actually like you understand
Yes,
it as well.
I know. I'm asking that.
All three of us understand it.
Yeah, I'm asking that. Like,
Yeah,
what?
he's screaming out, please God, I don't want to be an angel.
Cass has no idea what's going on
Yeah.
because no one's translating.
Jax will calmly say back in Hexwagon, you got abandoned you a long time ago.
I do not know if he is asking us to kill him out of fear of something or whether he is afraid to die.
There is another scream from him, almost throat-tearing, loud, intense scream, as...
What is he saying?
He does not want to be an angel.
What?
another wing sprouts out of the left shoulder.
As you are.
Oh, good God.
Man, God.
Both growing, these feathers growing in length, sprouting along these appendages and starting to curl over his main body.
Ollie,
Doctor, do you wish
Yes?
to look? No.
may I make an intelligence roll to try and puzzle this together
From
from bits and pieces of information that we have?
Do you have an out of character assumption that you're trying to piece together, or do you want me to give you an answer? That's the question.
Well, Hea has told us that she created her own angels.
Mhm.
They can reproduce,
Mhm.
but we were not told how.
Mhm.
And he is saying he's becoming an angel, which is not something that is heard of.
Yeah, if you'd like to do a roll to piece that together, I will give you an affirmative or not. Yes. Go ahead.
I would like to try and Cass would like to try and pull that all together.
All right, go ahead. Give me an intelligence roll. 14.
Finally,
I thought it was the 3 for a
was gonna
second.
say, you might be shit out of luck on that one.
I mean, you're not certain, Cass, but it seems to fall in line. Whether it's just coincidental or not, I'm afraid with 14, I can't give you a solid yes or no.
Cass is making an executive decision, and she's not telling anyone.
Okay.
She
Oh,
is
sorry.
trotting up, looking down at him, and she's just going to reach down, put her hand on his chest, like she's going to try and calm him, and I'm going to lightning bolt him.
Okay, you're going to lightning bolt him.
I'm dumping
Cor-
as much energy into him as I can.
I was kind of hoping that
Corvus is literally right on him. Because
When
he's
you're
trying
probably all-
to
You're probably also
stabilize.
out his head, so.
How many,
Yeah.
how many people are making contact with the body?
Corvus
Yeah.
is.
Okay, right. Cass, he doesn't do a dex save against this because he is very firmly in position here. Your lightning bolt surges through him. Corvus, I'd like a dex save from you.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure this is the advent of this setting, learning the part where you're supposed to yell clear before you use the defibrillator.
Right, Corvus, you pull your hands back just in time to clear most of this. Some of that energy still does leap from his body to yours, and you will take half damage.
Mhm. Corvus will curse out in Hexenreich because he's
Corvus saw the
in
lightning start and cast
in
his eyes.
Hexenreich.
Oh no!
Those who speak it is basically saying, "Are you fucking mad?" Essentially,
You fucking what, mate?
you fucking what?
Cass, as your lightning surges through it, the entire body convulses. These wings that were curling up around the body now splaying out wide, thumping into the dirt and displacing it. About this time, Carrick and Gifton are returning, and you can
You see
this.
a blue flash. Boom.
You can see this display on the ground,
The hell?
and the body
He's becoming
lays
an angel.
still.
I think he might
Is
be dead now.
He's still becoming an
any
angel?
No, he's laying still.
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you...
Cass is still operating on her executive decision, and she's pulling Tempest. And there's just a quick twirl as she drops it right where his heart
Cass!
should be.
As you do that.
Okay, Cass, your blade plunges easily into his chest. You hear that sort of squelch and crack of bone.
Gifton
She's
looks
going-
horrified.
She's going to pull the sword out, clean it, and then she's going to collect him up and move away from the rest of the group.
No,
She is going to go off to bury him.
well, that is a solution to that.
If it is a solution. Being torn asunder didn't really stop anything. I don't know if being stabbed and hit by lightning will.
he's probably
If you
gonna
wish to
do
go
that.
after her, you can.
She elected to make it her problem.
I'm done trying to stop her doing anything. God. Fuck.
Is that in character or out of character? That last
That's in
part?
character.
How far away from the group are you wandering, Cass?
Cass is going to go far enough away that she's still within range of fire. That was no fire.
There
Still
was
within
no- Yeah, there was no
range
fire.
of
Light.
The glowing of Gifton.
Gifton.
Gifton's shutting her light off. I'm sorry, she's not in the mood to be golden right now.
I mean, this thing was already running.
That light will
Yeah.
you can probably see Shax's lantern, but Gifton's
Yeah.
shutting the light off.
Cass is going to stay within range, not close, but she's going to be able to see the light.
So 120 foot off.
Yeah, and she's going to, since she doesn't have a shovel, she's going to dig a hole with her hands.
Alright, so you set the body back down, Cass, and you start digging away. And as you're sort of digging through the ground, tossing dirt aside, you can't help but catch glimpses of this body just laying there as you dig, toss aside, look at it, dig, toss aside, look at it. And then you dig, toss aside, and it's looking back at you. Its head turned towards you, a wide smile on its face, and its eyes glowing bright white.
And who are you?
Thank you for saving his soul.
And Cass is just stopping and looking.
My followers are so precious.
Oh no.
I see.
And then the light dims.
And Cass is just going to let out the most guttural scream and drop the other lightning bolt straight into the sky.
Okay,
Well, I guess
there's
she's not
another crack
done
of lightning
yet.
into the air.
Someone thinks she might be upset.
They're trying to
When
save
did she
somebody
not?
to see about answering questions that we all have.
And Cass
No.
is going to finish burying.
Did you two find out anything from the other one?
It was one of Hayes.
I surmise as much as what was
knows-
doing.
Bringing us those that we were looking for.
It was trying to save his soul.
How so?
He was infected with something, and he was he was given salvation. He did not want it because What was in him made him not want it.
As you didn't see it, but you saw the aftermath. It seems like every time we tried to heal him, as he wasn't dead, feathers were coming out of his wounds.
He was becoming like one. He was going to be an angel, like one of his angels.
He did not wish to be.
I'm not surprised it was something other than his
It
god.
was the raving madman still residing as he transformed into something new.
Or do we really have the ability to judge what he wanted? She gave him his request.
I did.
Hmm.
I don't know if
At the end, that wasn't the ravings of a madman, that was the ravings of a sad soul.
Definitely was one thoroughly in pain.
Hmm.
Which, from first-hand experience, they do not seem to have.
pain.
I watched one rip its own heart out.
Oh, that.
Remember?
Yes. Only the most crazed individuals would do something like that.
Gifton's gonna go lay down on her bedroll with Dingus.
If it did have
We should stay.
the ability to do that, my guess might be that the salvation was working. But yes, it would have ended as an angel. And
We
if it
do
was-
not know. Oh, sorry. Please finish your sentence.
If it was, if with the cleared mind at that point, it was its will not to. It was its will not to.
Hmm.
But at least it's got its last moments, hopefully, as itself again.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they mean? Then Hayes said that they can reproduce. Is that the process of their creation?
It seems so.
I do not believe I can accept this if it is done against their will.
Mm-hmm. You do make a good point there, TJ.
Even if they are mad, that is still not their will.
From what I have seen of them going mad, that is not their will either.
No. Perhaps death is the better alternative.
I do wonder if there's a way to only apply half the process so that at least the insanity clears, because he did seem far more lucid at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Those were not the cries of someone mad.
That was someone scared. Very scared.
Hmm.
He maybe aligned himself with the ideas of this following of the first dragon, and that's what he had, as you say, Shax, and then that was gone. That alone would terrify somebody.
Hmm.
Losing the one thing that you have left.
Do we even know for sure that he was truly mad before this process began?
No, we don't. It's an assumption that I am making, given what Shax has explained and what Carrick has witnessed and what Telly has explained to us.
But it is obvious that there are some Hexenreichers who have not succeeded. Wow, fucked up that word.
Succumbed?
Yes, thank you. Have not succumbed to such madness.
Souls do not seem to carve constellations into their body.
Yeah, or burn them into this one.
We do
I'm
not
not-
know for sure that it was him.
We do not,
No.
but we do know he was with the one you were chasing, Delde.
Yes.
Well, that changes everything.
So,
At any rate, we should get some sleep and carry on.
one spoke of that they have crossed, it sounds like, the glass of sea already.
That is in the direction we are headed?
Yes.
Oh,
But-
So that
I
was-
don't know how much farther.
Fast.
Was that vast
Oh.
or fast?
Past.
Bucky.
Past. Okay. Oh.
Bucky's just behind us.
I'm gonna reach over and I'm going to pet Bucky on the head.
Lucky's eyes all blinking, turn at you.
Thank you.
That we're making. What are we stopping at? Telde. There was a place that you were headed towards first.
If I remember correctly, speaking out of character,
Yeah.
there was one particular place that we were looking at going to, and there was a gentleman
Mm-hmm.
spot on the way.
No, the gentleman's spot's not on the way. The place you're going to, it's on the way to the Sphinx's temple. It's a one of the known locations that hasn't been fully checked out.
Oh, wait. We're going to the Sphinx Temple?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought we were
I thought
doing
we were going-
Telde stuff.
you're going to tell Day stuff first.
Yeah.
Remember she talked
And then
about
we're going to
your
Sphinx.
journeying to the Sphinx's temple?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But we're hitting the spot that Telde wants to check out.
That's 'cause it's on the way.
around his. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, all right.
Cass will come back after digging.
No, it's going to take you about an hour, Cass, digging with your bare hands a deep enough grave.
Just letting you know.
Mm.
Use the hooves.
The fact you did it in an hour is good job.
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
giving her an hour because of her strength.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
This metal in my arm is not happy with that energy, so I am going to lay down.
We should sleep.
Yeah. Deal with whatever comes of it in the morning.
Okay, you all settle back into a somewhat restless sleep.
And I'm going to heal.
Is anyone going to keep watch while Cass finishes digging?
You mean like where Cass is, or
As in, over the group keeping actual
Yeah.
watch?
We still
I
have
should
one
be
more
still
hour.
on watch.
Theoretically, it should still be another hour of Garrick, and then it's Cass.
Yeah, because I was
Okay.
on my watch. So
Alright, so you all finish off your watch with the sound of Cass digging before eventually she does come back over. Very dirtied. Cass,
really
your hands
Cass.
are coated in this mix of your own sweat and the dirt out here.
As well, probably some of his blood.
Yeah, and frankly, your hands are very bloody and worn at this point because even with your strength, digging like that is unpleasant.
It's desert rock. It's not fun.
Yeah. And Cass is just going to come wandering back, angry as all hell.
And Carrick and such, you see her return.
welcome back, Cass. I'm guessing the body is buried now.
He has his mercy. Though I hate her. I hate her so much.
Hate her.
Why?
Which her?
I had an interaction with a god,
Which one?
Morgani. She decided to take possession of his body for a minute while I was out there. And Cass is in the most snarky, just venomous, just ill-tempered. I thank you for sending him back to me.
Cass.
All his...
Cass.
Sure, that's Morgana.
Yeah.
Cass. One thing. It was a deeply masculine tone in very clear common that was not like his own tone of voice.
Not Dragonic. Not Hexenreich.
It was manly. I thought it was womanly.
It was the first dragon.
It's understandable coming from you, but
Everything's very feminine coming from you. But yeah.
I was going to say,
Never mind.
It was probably a god or something.
I assume it was Morgani.
all
Dragon sound.
Cass.
Cass.
Cass, give me a intelligence roll. Okay, never mind. I can't give hints on a 9. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'd be surprised she would take control of one of them with what's going under her.
Because she's like batshit, isn't she?
We don't know what she is. The gods don't know.
Yeah,
where
the
she
gods
is.
have no track of her, so.
Okay.
You have to just keep saying she's cray cray.
Oh, okay, that's where I'm getting it from then.
I wonder if it's our incoming friend instead.
Ding, ding, ding.
I already had it figured out when you started doing
His eyes shone like starlight.
Yeah.
Actually, new religion check.
What are you checking for?
Have I ever heard of a god doing anything similar to this?
Gods don't possess people, no.
Okay.
They often take humanoid form if they want to appear to their followers, but they have no
They
need
don't
to
have
take over a
vessels.
mortal body.
Yeah.
So they're doing things differently.
In fact, if they're anything like angels, if a god tried to do that, the body would likely just pop.
It would spontaneously combust.
Yeah, but we know at least the dreamer can do it.
Or Dreamer
Not
makes
blow up the
copies.
body. No.
Dreamer is something.
And Dreamer's
else.
possess Carrick.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
had
that's
that.
right. It had, yeah.
So now we've had 2 possessions of something out beyond knowing.
That was when Rick Bill was having to watch you.
This also means we know they're collecting souls. If that is a first. I'm gonna stew on this for the rest of my watch.
Okay. But soon enough, your watch is over. As Cass came back at near the end of it.
And Cass has her own watch.
Cass has your own watch.
And Cass will watch, stomping around.
Right, Cass, give me a perception check, please.
Grumble, grumble.
One's gonna be coming.
You're
back
too
going,
angry.
What the fuck did you do?
You are too angry to
Like
notice
angel.
anything. And soon enough, the morning sun is starting to come up. The temperature is starting to slowly rise again from the chill night to this warm morning. As it's time to get everyone up.
Cass is just having cleaned her hands the best she can. Is just going to whistle at the top as hard as she can.
Right, everyone, you are walking by a rather ear-piercing whistle. And Dinkus's head sort of flies up, Gifton, beside you, and you hear him go, me.
And that pet, we dingus, and then get ready.
I am gonna guess that there's another pseudo dragon doing the same thing.
Your pseudo dragon is still snoring very peacefully.
Okay. Yeah.
If anything, one of the wings just goes over his head.
I'll hold you while you ride, okay?
Dinkus sort of nestles into your neck.
Mhm.
I'm gonna carefully, after getting dressed and ready, carefully pick up Merrick. just kind of halt him because I'm pretty sure
Merrick is
it's
very
kind of-
limp in your arms.
Yeah,
Just,
just kind of like.
He's dead weighting you.
Mhm.
Like,
I like to think-
no,
I like to
no.
think he does the food like Carrick, like everything, but he just sleeps like Mom. He takes after Telly. Telly. Wow, brain, Talia. And then the female's the other way. She's really picky on food, but she sleeps like Carrick.
Mhm.
We just
Just
have the
occasionally
two
getting up in the middle of the
monsters.
night, possessed by an eldritch being. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, little one.
But yeah, soon you're all awake.
Little old thing.
You can get yourselves a fake breakfast rustled up. You do have some nice fruits and such packed into your bags here. Things
This
that
one smells funny.
I like to think it's
Papaya.
no.
There's no
I'm actually
durian.
thinking Durian.
No.
Thank
Duran.
God. Oh, fuck.
there is no durian fruit. No.
Be right back into roll 20. Click the wrong button.
Oh, no.
Closed.
Gifton's gonna make sure to give Clop some apples.
Bucky is also wandering up to you, Gifton, and just staring up at you.
I will.
Torvis calls out, "Feed it!
He has a name.
Feed Bucky!"
Bucky is a good
I'm
goat. I'm
gonna
gonna
feed
pet
Bucky
Bucky.
his food, and then I'm going to cut up some apple and see if he wants any of the apple.
He will eat apple.
Okay.
I am going to give.
It's going to be
Bucky a
answered for
little
most things you offered him, but
I wonder if he eats bacon like Clop does.
I
I
will
have a
split an
tin
apple between
can.
him and Dingus.
Bucky will happily munch on an apple. Dingus is actually chewing on the seeds. He keeps sort of like nibbling into the core of it, grabbing the seed, and then just going.
No. The plant. No. Don't eat the baby plant.
He stares up at you before, like, deliberately facing the ground and going. Psst. And then he just starts picking the seeds out, looking at the ground.
That's right, Dingus. Make the powers go.
You're just seeing
Gifton's quiet-
shards of
Gifton's quietly
seed.
collecting those because she knows they won't grow out here. What plant do you
What's
take
the-
home?
Oh, there's the camels.
And I will get mounted up, and I will hand Shax the goat again as I get up on mount with Dingus.
I'm guessing by this point
Yeah,
Merrick
cool.
is actually awake. I'm guessing about the time food happened.
Yeah, by the time food happens, he will indeed wake up. In fact, bang on when food's being served, he will probably wake up. And
But
soon
not
enough,
before.
but not
food is
before
served.
food is served. No.
Probably not.
And soon enough, you're all mounted up again, ready to move on. Bucky actually just sort of bleats and just seems to point his head in a certain direction. And you are all underway once again. The travel is once again another horribly hot day. Hotter, it feels like now, that you're getting more and more inland. The temperature just keeps rising, and it's so dry as well. In Barras, when it's hot, it's always muggy.
Wet.
Yeah, it's always a wet heat. And very few of you have ever felt this kind of dry heat before.
Mm.
And when the breeze picks up, it's not so bad. But there are these moments of stillness.
Yeah, shade and breezes are heaven in dry heat.
hmm
Gifton is occasionally just making a little bit of wind.
Snowflakes.
No, I'm making puffs of wind for me.
Oh,
and
Dingus just sort of
Clop
like
and
pushes
Dingus.
his head into this wind whenever you make it.
Yeah. I just do, you know.
Uh-huh.
Just remember, wind's good until it picks up the
And then Taylor
sand.
picks up the sand.
It's just a little puff, so it's just nice. Just nice.
No, for the earlier part.
Strangely enough, Klopp, you remember riding Klopp about or seeing him move back in Barast. Klopp seems to actually move all the more readily in this temperature.
Mhm.
He seems quite happy with it. In fact, every now and then you see him just sort of like kick up sand very merrily. And then half day's travel. Telde, you know you're starting to approach this location you wanted to check out on your map.
Mm-hmm.
And soon enough, you all begin to see on the horizon small, squat, square buildings, the same sort of colour as the rocky sands around them. There's only about 4 or 5 of these buildings, one much larger than the rest. Looks like it was a small settlement of some sort, very small. But you don't see anybody milling about in it when you are approaching, and soon enough you are coming up on it. Is there any particular way you'd like to approach?
As we're getting closer, I will mention, be prepared. There may be a possible danger here. Beware of potential traps or attack.
Duly noted.
Indeed.
Okay.
Who wants a death ward?
I understand the meaning, but that's a fucking hell of a question.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I can free cast this because of my class, so I should just be throwing these out.
You mean you can free cast it?
No, I don't. It doesn't count against my list, but it counts against my spell slots.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not free.
Yeah, it's not free.
Well, I will say if you're going to death ward anybody, it should be cats.
That's true.
Cass or Telday. Cass or Telday seem to be the ones that go most frontline and take the most beating.
Telday was, Telday, Vedab.
Wow. That's mean against Cass.
To be fair, she's a barbarian.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's only been like one fight where I've actually taken substantial damage.
Yes, but Cass can take much more damage than you.
To be fair, there's been at least one fight where Cass took substantial damage. I remember the bastard shot me too.
Yeah. It's just Cass lost an arm.
Are you riding up to death ward, Telday?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't really know how to flavor this for him. You went in there last time and took pretty hefty hits. If you want to keep doing that, at least let's make sure that you don't immediately drop down and there is no one around to pick you up. So you put a hand on the side of his massive shoulder plate. This will protect you from death. If you take it.
Or if it would take you.
If you were sure.
Yes. It seems that this is very important to you, and we don't...
I would also rather your inactivity not happen, sir.
This is very important to you, so let's see it through to the end. You have death ward for 8 hours.
You want to paste the ability? There you go.
Yeah.
I am going to let myself fall to the back of the pack.
Top slows down for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jax is also towards back slowly because carrying goat and also ranged unit.
You will cautiously approach this small settlement, or you think, looking at the remnants of what must have been pens, maybe this was somebody's farm, but it looks like long ago. As you come on in, there is already clear signs of recent activity here. One of the wooden doors from one of these buildings is basically splintered, half of its hinges, and you can see sort of bloody handprints around the frame, and what looks like to be a box just sort of tossed aside into the ground in front of it. The rest of the buildings seem undisturbed.
I will approach and examine the box.
Okay.
In the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Are you going to open the box up? And the box. Let me describe the box for you.
Please.
It's rather like a crate. And as crates want to do, it's about maybe 3 feet across, and then 2 feet on each other side. Quite a hefty thing. And it looks like it is nailed shut. On top of it, there's already very clear signs of its origin as what looks like to be in just paint, hexagon-like words, which I believe you can read, yes?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Just looks like there's a serial number and the markings for communications equipment.
Do we have our...
I'm going to not pick it up, but kind of try to make sure I can fully examine to see if there's any other writing, such as
So you sort of
"Don't
turning
open."
it. Yeah, you start turning it over.
Warning,
there is mention
warning.
of fragile, but beyond that, it's just common markings. Nothing that would suggest danger.
There appears to be an Iranian word for gilet. Okay. In that case, I will pull out a dagger and try to kind of pry it open a bit.
It's not hard. You're able to easily pop the nails that are holding the lid on this on. And inside, it looks like to be a very, very large radio unit. Some of it's battered. You can see some broken glass in here.
Radio unit as in something somewhat similar to what we have? Or...
There isn't the multiple speakers coming from. There just seems to be this one large microphone, and you think the gratings on it would probably be speakers for itself. Looks like it's probably just a long-range communication piece itself.
Shax, would you mind examining this?
I can take a look at it, yes.
Corvus will head to the building with the handprint.
Okay, you head over there. Shax, you come over to look at this. Immediately, you recognise this. It's definitely one of the older models of radios, but still advanced compared to most things. It's military unit, not public use. It's a radio unit that can probably reach about 100 miles and tune into different magical frequencies to be able to hook up with other pieces much like itself.
Jack actually pick it over and go, "Is a radio unit. It should be able to tune into different frequencies. It's a little bit older, but I can probably get it working again."
And you see the smashed glass, which you know would have been part of containers that contain some of the magical energy used to fuel these.
Mm-hmm.
As they do not run on passive enchantments, they need to actually be energized.
Cathode tubes.
Would I be to use mending to even multiple times be able to start touching the glass back up to rebuild it?
You have to do that.
No,
with
it's
each
too many.
every piece.
I mean, technically you could do it with each and every piece, but that's the point of madness trying to do that. You'd probably be better off trying to replace it with something yourself. But it is possible if you can find every piece.
That one piece that got buried in the sand that we can never find.
It'd probably also just take the pieces then, and once we get somewhere we can work on it, melt them down and remake.
Corvus, you head into the building with the bloody handprint.
I'm
just
going to look at the handprint first.
Okay.
Dry, wet.
At this point, dry, but does look fresh, recent.
Is that what is it? One? It may have had more activities here if this is what happened. There may be survivors around. And then he's going to look inside.
Okay, you head inside, and the point of carnage in here. There are shattered pieces of wood that you think are from furniture, tables, desks. There are great big claw gashes in the walls. What look like to be gunshots holes in the sort of sandstone work here as well, and there is a discarded pistol on the ground.
Maybe not so much survivors anymore. It's going to take the pistol by the handle. Not like gripping it like a handgun, but just kind of picks it up.
Yep. And you look it over, and it is one of the cartridge style of pistols.
He's seen Shaq use these, right?
At
Presumably.
least once, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just the previous night you saw Shax actively pull.
Right, yeah. I didn't know if it was like a flintlock one or a bolt action.
His current is a flintlock.
Okay.
Modified, but a flintlock nonetheless.
Yeah. Is there anything else within the room? Investigation?
Give me an investigation check, yes. Fuck me. Okay. Well, you do find the one other thing that is in here. Under one of the pieces of broken furniture here, almost unnoticeable because of the
Chaos.
well, frankly, the sand that has swept in through the door and the splinters of everything in here, is what looks like to be a scrap of paper.
Brush everything aside and carefully take the paper out of the sand.
Okay, and this is written in Hexenreich. You can see bits and pieces on this. It's imperfect. The paper is torn. The paper is dirtied, splatters of blood, soaking bits of it. But you can make out a few bits on it. There is a fragment of a name on it. You see Odelgard von. And you see mentions of promising, improved, and iron cage.
He'll come out kind of looking at the letter in one hand and the handgun in his other hand. Shocks.
Shax will look up there and go, Talia, do you want me to go check it out? You need anything else here?
At the moment, I don't think there's more you can do. Thank you.
No problem. And Shax will actually take the radio and put it into the bag of holding with the intent of fixing it up eventually. Because can do that. And then he will go in to see what his Corvus needs.
You with Hexenreich for a much longer time. Does this name seem familiar to you?
Shax will take it and look at the name.
Okay. Give me a straight intelligence roll, as this is just going to be pure knowledge.
Okay.
The name is not familiar to you.
I'm burning a card to see if I can get that. Lord knows I've got enough of these things sitting around. Not that one.
Yeah, when you got them, burn them.
I think you have to dip into heroics for rerolls.
Okay.
Try that again. Okay, fine.
I'm afraid
I don't
not.
think even a 16 with Touch of Genius would help it at all. So.
No, it would not.
Yeah. I've never heard of this man in my life.
Corvus? Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. It was just...
No, that's a shame. Do you want to show anyone else in the group?
I got it.
You gonna re-roll that?
Yeah.
I hope you roll another 9.
That'd be funny.
I hope I roll another 9.
That's not good enough, I'm afraid.
It's not good enough. Oh.
It does mention promising improvements, iron cage as well. Maybe they're trying to develop something.
It's like, fuck it, I'll burn a use of Flash Genius. Would a 20 get him it?
On him?
Okay, I'm burning...
You're doing it on him?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, a 20 will do it.
As he say that, he's like,
yeah,
what?
you have a pause moment. It's like, wait, you've met an Odelgard von.
Yeah.
Raffin Sabine Elizabeth Odelgard von Baswitz. Hexenreich ambassador.
Oh. Dunkov. I met someone with that name.
A lot of
It
you
was
did.
it was the Hexenreich ambassador to Barast. Elizabeth was her first name.
I did not have the pleasure of meeting her.
Was she, if I remember right, she was recalled when...
She was recalled before everything happened. But after time. Oh, here, take this as well. You seem to be familiar with these. More than me, anyway.
Jax will take what I'm assuming is the pistol and look it over. So that will be most useful.
Yeah, it's a decent pistol, 8-clip cartridge.
Okay. Same damage as normal otherwise?
God, what a horrible phrase, 8-clip cartridge. That's not how you say things. But yes, 8 round.
No, it's totally holds 8 separate
but yeah, standard
clips.
damage.
Ah.
Anyone else looking around at any other buildings, or
Maybe I can clean some of this blood off. Maybe I can get some more information out of it. If this is something that either Elizabeth herself was a part of, or maybe one of her relatives.
Was there anything noticeable on the other buildings?
nope,
On
but
the outside?
not on the outside. But if you want to look inside of them,
Sure, I'm gonna.
Cass is going around outside.
I'll head
Okay.
toward a different building after Shax had gone over to Corvus.
okay.
But I assume
What about you, Gifton?
Carrick's going first.
No, Gifton's just gonna stay with Klopp. She's trying to just stay out of the way. She knows
Okay.
she's not really.
All right.
good at
In that
this.
case, Carrick and Telday, if you would both give me separate investigation rolls, please. Okay, very nice.
I'm actually I accidentally hit. No, close window.
Gifton can't read the Hexenreich words, so she figures she's not helpful right now.
Let's do this, because why not? I will play this card and then do an investigate.
Okay, dokie. Right. 24. Telday. You find signs of activity, of movement. The way things have been dragged about and such, you think that this building was used to contain a lot of heavy boxes, bigger than the crate you found outside. It looks like they were dragged out, and judging by the score marks in the floor, in a bit of a hurry, not particularly delicately. And the way the dust and such has settled in here, it maybe a couple of weeks ago. Carrick.
Yes.
You're looking through another of the buildings, and you can see much the same indications, not of heavy things being moved, but of activity of clear out. Some of the things in here are covered. It gives you a sense of time. A couple of weeks have passed, and other things look like they were cleared off and cleaned as if to remove any trace of them. But as you're investigating about, you go over to one of the cabinets that's left in here. Just very basic little thing, just a wooden thing on the floor with a couple of doors on it. It looks like it's made of local wood. Heavy, though. And as you look inside of it, empty, bare. But you see the corner of something poking out from behind it. In the very lightest corner. Yeah, millimeters of paper.
I'm going to. Is it inside the cabinet?
Outside,
or
behind it.
I'm gonna. Is it clear in front? Can I try to move it?
You can try to move it. Yeah, it's not bolted down or anything.
Okay.
Mage hand it. You know you want to.
Yeah, or you can just try and pull the paper out.
Just be lazy about it.
Yeah, we're gonna mage hand.
Okay, you mage hand the paper you see, and you hear that sort of little shuffling funk of, when something's disturbed and it falls a little further. And you're able to pull out not just a single sheet of paper, but what looks like to be a little manila folder with, a few bits of paper in it.
Is it in Hexenreich?
It is indeed in Hexenreich.
Which I understand.
Okay.
So,
Right. So you start to look over this, and this is dated quite a while ago. And considering how dirty this seems, you think it fell behind that cabinet a long time ago and was just never pulled out. Definitely far, far longer than the couple of weeks of the clear out. And it just seems to be detailing orders on assisting local freedom fighters. Detailing how it is essentially a subtle Hexenreich operation to try and destabilize Belassian interests in the country. You see notes of arms supplies, of training, and that's about it.
I'm gonna.
No signatures.
No signatures, no.
I'm gonna straighten up the folder, and I'm gonna walk out to try to find.
There are, however, dates on it.
Oh,
This is about 2 years ago.
Which would be a year break, almost time of start of campaign ish.
No, we've only probably a little bit earlier though.
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say
'Cause
definitely.
we only had about
before.
5-6 months of active time
Yeah.
before we went on our
Pre
yeah.
Tarnstead.
Pre-burning
No,
of
it's
Tarnstead.
not from before Tarnstead. Sorry. Couldn't.
Pre-burning of Tarnstead the second
Yeah.
time. Not the first time.
The proper raising.
Of the bard.
Pre-burning part 2.
I'm gonna go and take it over to Telday. He's the
It's his bag.
he's the military one. I'm only if it had to do with first dragons, then I keep it. But no, that's not my thing. I found this Telday. A couple years old. It looks like by the dates it was fallen behind a file cabinet over in motion over to the building it was in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's about supporting freedom fighters and trying to basically destabilize the Brastian campaign here, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Right. You want to look this over, Toady?
Yeah, I will look it over.
Okay, you start to read through it, and yeah, it's a lot of very basic stuff in here. Orders that are of no consequence to you, movements that don't seem to perk any interest. What does catch your eye, though, just for being a bit more important than the rest, is the mention of setting up a manufacturing facility here on the continent rather than having to ship in arms. Looks like further to the north, on the other side of the Sea of Glass, was to be essentially a factory, a hidden one, but a factory nonetheless, small scale. And judging by the suggested scale and the numbers listed here to what it was to be supplied with for manufacture of arms and so on, it's probably one of the bigger facilities they have, looking at the thinking of all of the little ones that were discovered on the papers you were researching in the cave. This was not on those.
Okay, yeah, that answers the question I was going to ask.
Gifton, could you come here?
Okay. I'll go over there.
The thing that you wave your hand over and your clothes cleaned, Carrick uses it as well. Press something.
I don't know. I just have a cleaning stone back at my house.
Don't you?
No.
I guess maybe Carrick is the only one who says it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jack will turn his head from you. Do you mean prestidigitation?
that's the one. Maybe you can assist me with this. Certain compounds can help pull blood up, but I don't want to pull the ink out as well. Maybe with the prestidigitation, you could maybe take some of it off without damaging the wording or the paper. And I can try my method as well.
Jax will think for a second. Would he know if using it to try and get the blood out would also get rid of the ink on the paper?
Funny thing, the DM has just been sitting here thinking about that the moment this was brought up. Because
I think it just cleans off filth. It doesn't let you.
It's very hard because you can't, because applying logic to the wording of magic, I think the intent is just filth. Even though logically I think it would get rid of the ink, I don't think the magic spell is made to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't imagine a wizard of all people wanting to risk getting rid of ink off of a soil book they want to clean.
I also just linked it in case that helps at all.
Yeah, I already read the wording and it's non-conclusive on that, but I'm going to rule that no, it will not get rid of the ink.
You should totally.
It might get rid of very fresh ink.
You should totally go cast the other side, make it more bloody.
But I think there is an inherent property of objects in this world where something just becomes a part of it after some time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Shax will come over and he will attempt to prestidigitation it.
Okay, you prestidigitation it, and yes,
as Corvus is getting small little bottles from his alchemical kit of ammonia and
the dried blood and the dirt vanishes off of it.
Why do I bother?
Okay.
Thank
you get more words of this. There is definitely the rest of her name, or at least part of it, Oldegard von Baswitz.
So it was her.
Talks about far more efficient means, siphoning impurities from soul, iron cage, new and improved.
Carrick.
At this point, have I already dropped the thing off to Talday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It seems that Otto von Baswitz was up to some tinkering.
It looks like this was addressed to her.
Possibly a missive to her about purifying souls after what we saw last night. This may be more in your wheelhouse.
That would line up partially to something they were researching at that facility we had seen before.
The one we found Telly at.
Telly, yes. They were trying to sever faith.
Does an iron cage correspond with any of that?
Doesn't this sound like Warforged?
Yeah.
Anybody
Talday.
else? Because I mean, we're
Iron
literally-
Cage.
No, Gibson's yelling
Yeah.
this. Isn't
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And I'm telling
Amongst other things, yes.
Talday, Iron Cage is something they referred to. That was one of the nicknames for the soul siphoning purification machine used to create the old Warforged.
Did you say Iron Cage?
Yes. Siphon purification better means iron cage.
Is this dated?
Flips it over.
You can see a cut-off date, unfortunately. You don't have a year on it, but it would be, if it was this year, it would be 3 months ago.
Let me see that. I might be able to figure out how old it is. As someone's looking around for his Xantar buck.
Calligraphy.
I've got forgery and calligraphy. I can't remember which
forgery,
one.
yeah.
I was thinking forge.
Go ahead and give me a intelligence roll with your forgery, please.
Okay.
How worn is the ink?
You do have your calligrapher's kit with you, yes?
Let me. Good actual question, real quick. I can double check. I believe.
If he doesn't, I can get us one easily.
Yes, I have my calligrapher's
Okay,
surprise in my bag of holding.
Okay,
Along
so
with forgery's kit.
you take the paper and you take out basically you've got a few little bits and pieces in there that help you, soak the paper. See its age, how well the ink runs, all this sort of jazz to help you date it.
Lemon juice, of course.
Yeah.
They're both the same either way, so I'm just gonna that one because it's the first one I found before. I
In fact, you can have advantage because of you having both of these. Although you don't need it because 20 is good enough.
I want to see if I get better. You just want to see.
I was
Technically,
really
yes.
hoping it would
Better
be
a
20
little
as
bit.
well, but
I would
Get
figure
twice
yet.
as funny.
Yeah, you think you can't pinpoint exactly, but yeah, 2-3 months old maybe.
It's funny.
Yeah, it looks within this year, so 2-3 months.
All right, then.
Where did she? She didn't say. She just said she was getting sent back.
She was getting recalled back to Hexenreich after the event at the palace.
No, remember that
That was the old line. Yeah.
Yes, that was the old line. We found out that she went back when Hexenreich fell, or before Hexenreich
Yeah.
fell.
Before
When
Hexenreich
things
We
started
were-
to.
we were told when the government started to destabilize over
When
there
things start to
that
deteriorate.
General Roselle and them told us that she went back and that they hoped she was okay.
Right.
But that was the last we heard.
Yeah,
That
that's
was the
right.
start of Hexenreich's fall. She returned.
Yep.
How long? Because
Because we asked what happened to her because we were worried about her safety.
out of character, I don't actually know if we've heard the timeline for that for Hexenreich, for like the actual fall. Have we? And I'm just forgetting it.
I think I've given you vague dates. They can't really class its full entirely because it's a sweeping, ongoing thing.
It was
Is-
probably dominoes.
Probably
That
got
was...
vague dates, and then also probably bits and pieces from Shaq. So
As far as Barast is concerned, Hexenreich as a nation ceased being a thing. Probably a couple of months before you guys resumed adventuring. That's when they lost all sort of ties to communication.
almost in line for when this would
This was
be dated.
Yeah,
Yes.
That was
sounds
going to be
about
the
right.
next question. So,
It seems that it was addressed to Elizabeth von Botswitz.
You appear to have known her best. What can you tell me about her?
She was an ambassador. She was very adamant about me returning to Hexenreich, more than anyone else. Well, Shax, you went here at the time. She was very cordial, very hospitable to us.
Just
in
making a
Barast.
frowny face.
Cassie hated her.
That's
Hated
true.
Von
Uh,
Botswitz. Remember the Hexenreich
Botswitz.
ambassador?
You didn't have a good
to
liking.
up her ass.
Yes.
That's a lot of people with you.
It's a long list, Cass, and
Is she above or below the coat rack on the list?
Below. One step.
well,
Wow.
serious
One
then.
step
Okay.
below.
She could be very cold towards those who do not deem worth their time.
What'd you say, Kronos?
Shaq's looking go, to be fair, I did hear she could be very cold to those she did not deem worth her time.
Yes.
probably doesn't also help, unfortunately, the whole thought on different races, too.
Rampant Hexenreich racism, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to avoid putting it like that, but yes.
I was told it was called superiority.
It is called
Dude.
racism.
It's called many things, but yes, racism is the main one.
And we're proud of it, damn it.
Jackson saying all of it with a very straight face. Like
Yeah.
he's not proud of it or anything, just a very matter of fact.
The only thing that really put my sort of attention to it was that she wanted me to go back to Hexenreich very adamantly, and even wrote a letter to me about it as well.
She wrote you a letter.
Yeah.
How personable.
Not really. She
How
invited
long ago?
during our time of Beacon, I believe. She said No, that's right. She said she was heading back and she was hoping that we would come and visit. To bring everyone. That's right, I remember that now.
I believe visiting would be a little bit more difficult at this point.
Yeah, that was before we knew what was happening.
So
Yes,
she
Captain.
herself has not fallen.
Never mind.
No, please continue.
You said they were making an iron cage to put the cleansed souls into. Do you think that they're trying to make Warforge on Hayes continent?
Well, considering it was dated 3 months ago, wouldn't be a far stretch to say yeah. It may appear to be.
Those here also wouldn't know what
Would-
to look out for.
They be
'Cause they don't-
pulling from Hayes Heaven then? Or would they be pulling from the Fae?
It is unclear how the process actually works in terms of harnessing souls. So
It could be
I
a
cannot
catch-all.
say. It is possible that Heya may know.
Do you think that maybe she has some means of figuring out if she's missing anything?
I don't know.
Souls-wise?
Shrug. Just was thinking through what I was hearing. Sorry.
No, it's
No,
good.
it is a reasonable question. It is unfortunately one we do not know the answer to.
It might tie into the things that the other group was researching as well.
The facility.
The separation of faith from the soul, or whatever they were trying to do to souls for that.
But wasn't that more in line to what was happening with the first
It's not
dragon?
the only thing they were working on.
If the
By the way,
insanity appears to be a consistent problem, perhaps they are looking to address that in radical manners.
Using maybe the same process to fix this.
Oh, do you think maybe they're trying to take like their current people and then instead of making sure that they don't die and go to Morgani's heaven when they go crazy, instead they're going to cleanse their souls and put them in robot bodies? I mean, that'd be a really big conversion to turn somebody into a thing, right?
Issue with part of that if what Cass brought up when you were asleep is a thing.
Oh,
How so?
Cass mentioned that the body talked to her.
he was still alive?
No. Our approaching friend seems to have been able to possess the dead body.
You have too many friends.
The first. And
I have a
the first claim sounded like it claimed his soul. I believe, Cass, you said it said thank you for saving its soul.
All the souls are precious. And it thanked me, and
Maybe they're trying to devil's advocate, I suppose. Not devil. Fiend, demon, whatever.
The lawyer's advocate.
The lawyer's advocate. Maybe and I don't say this with any disrespect, Telday, but maybe there's a group that is possibly against the first, that is using this process to stop it, to stop the insanity
That's what I was saying. Maybe they're
falling
trying
of
to,
people.
like, put their bodies into their souls into something else, and they're trying to cleanse the connection. That seems really kind of crazy, though, because like
it is very
if you start like tearing away at yourself like that, it doesn't seem really good.
Gifton, when there's a lot of when there's a lot of questions and not enough answers, and you're running out of possibilities, you do things drastically. Trust me, I've done this. Myself. I've done things drastically.
I will be honest, our researchers do tend to go to the extreme much faster than most.
That explains it.
Look at my eyes and my arm. I've done drastic things to
Look between the two
Hexen Rock is still
Hexen
fucking
Rockers,
crazy.
Yeah, looking between the two Hexen Rockers, you go, fair point.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Metal Man.
actually out of character.
Yeah,
because I can't remember if there's an in-character and out-of-character discussion on the origin of how to make Warforged, the stuff that led into that. That it hinted that it may not have originated with Brass.
There were
Was that in character or out of character?
I think it was in character. Till they knew of some Hexenreich speech.
You knew
and
of cuss words.
I think that I had mentioned that
there were possible
at least
Hexenreichers
one
in the
Hexenreicher-
yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had mentioned that.
I'm gonna get a little worried look on her face and go, can I just tilt the subject slightly on this? And I am sorry to relate this to things that I know, but the people from Hexenreich that worship Morgani are going crazy, right? And if we took the leap of logic that they think that the way to cleanse the crazy out is to put people into Warforged bodies like Telday, then does that mean that they think that from their research that the Fae are the same kind of crazy as the people being affected by the first dragons?
I would not be surprised.
It may be a
So-
consideration, or it may be
Is it
something
maybe
that they
being-
have not bothered to think about.
But they think that that's being close to Morgani makes them do that, but we're separated from Lawlessil. So if we separate them from Morgani, is that driving them crazy? Because they
do not know
had it and then they don't?
They do not know anything of Lawlessil.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have the wrong information, so they made the wrong leap of logic. They think that the Fae are crazy because they were too
You
close
don't
to
have
something.
Lawlessil.
No, they think the Fae are crazy because they don't know about Lawlessil. They think the Fae are crazy because they're worshiping some sort of crazy god thing and they went down a dark path, maybe. And they think that maybe something happened with Morgani and the closeness to the religion is making them go crazy. So they're trying to rip and tear that away and cleanse it, which puts them closer to the first dragons, maybe. And that's why the first dragon wants that guy to do that. I don't know, but it just sounds like twisted religion-y. I have no way to prove anything, but I just
I am not entirely.
It may be the first dragon latching on to what's happening as well. It is a possibility, Captain.
Writing and redirecting.
Mm-hmm.
I am also not entirely sure that they actually know the proper origin of my people.
There was
The
mention.
one that they are working with has fled since before the proper moments.
But he
Yeah.
might have known that he was doing a bad thing, and that's why he fled when they tried to find out.
Yes, but he may not have actually understood exactly what he was doing,
Yeah, that is also
only
true.
how to do what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. But if they think that they're cleansing souls and they know that they're souls, that means that they know they were pulling souls from somewhere and not just ambient energy, right? And that says souls?
They may believe that they are simply finding a way of separating a soul from its body and think that that may be part of the process to cleanse it,
A question on that.
or to store until it can be cleansed.
Because it would seem like an easier solution if they were just trying to fix things would be to worship a different god.
Unfortunately, many people's faith runs deep.
Yeah.
Maybe another thing to throw in, I don't know, but when Berlas was doing this, they were taking ambient energy, pulling the souls out from the Fae or from wherever and putting them into the Warforges.
They were.
That's
told.
what they thought. That's what they were told.
That's
Yes.
what they were told by the scientist, and the scientist is the one we're tracing, right?
Right.
And that paper you said something about cleansing the soul and putting it in a metal cage.
Right.
So that's why I'm wondering, maybe he did know what he was doing.
This is the point, though.
Yeah.
If we're getting to the point where we're extracting a soul from a body and putting it into something like the Warforge, what's happening with the bodies?
I don't know. I mean, that guy had a pretty regular body, except for the fact that he slammed into the ground really hard, right? There was nothing special about him.
And got torn in half.
No,
Yeah,
the people that are going through this process.
Could they be trying to put it back in the same body?
Cleanse the soul and reinsert
This was
it.
Sam trying to gently prod the, didn't you think the guy had been augmented in some way physically, other than just the whole he started turning into an angel thing? There was something mechanical with him. That's what I was trying to edge at.
Yeah.
Like, he did have the differing heartbeat.
I was waiting for Shax to add to that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, out of character, I'm going to make sure I prod that in there.
Yeah, Shax's been thinking on other stuff at the same time. So,
okay.
Because he still wants to go back at some point to the ship and read the rest of the other research. Because
Right, you still have a lot to go through on that.
Mm-hmm. But Jax was going, well, he did have a heartbeat that was closer to a machine, and much of it is.
And that's why the blood was still pooling.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're trying to change themselves into something else.
Turns the body itself into a golem.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they think that will.
And they're pulling. Maybe they're just pulling the problem out and disposing of it, leaving what we saw there last night. That could be an option as well.
So unfortunately, it's currently too many variables.
Yeah.
Well,
We just do not have a feel for.
Cass's mention that even if that is what's happening, obviously there's still the touch there.
Mm-hmm.
Because looks over at Shax. I don't see Shax or myself or Talia having any sign of any of the issues.
Oh, besides maybe Talia, none of you really show much faith to Morgani, no?
Yes, but
My faith is shattered roughly 22 years ago.
Yeah.
I believe her with her
Hers is
father
gone. Yeah.
caused that. But she was getting the dreams after that.
And you were as well, but that was maybe because your bloodline.
Yes.
Did your grandmother ever say much about this?
She has never mentioned having them,
him.
but she's protecting Talia.
Mm-hmm.
No, herself. Did she ever experience anything?
She did not, but her comments about the gods have been less than good, other than a slight
nod
to Hea. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she has a lot of great-grandchildren now because of it.
I have a...
Chorus kind of looks like, oh.
I have a funny feeling that my great-grandfather passing may have been her point on turning from the gods, but I do not know. I have not wished to ask her and cause any pain, so...
You went off to those other buildings. Did you find anything else?
Just some paperwork I gave to Talday about the Hexenreich trying to bolster the freedom fighters here in Saha to counter the Barast interests. It appears that they are going to be creating a factory, essentially, to the north of the Sea of Glass.
Well, we should get going.
So that's where we should be heading then.
It will be quite large from the description.
This sounds like the next logical step in this.
Or have created. I'll remind you, it's about 2 years backdated, that paper.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
it was for
could be a
the
source of issues.
it was for the supplies.
Mhm.
Well, if they're still operating here and they're doing this stuff, they would need a place to do it. Something like a factory, I suppose.
So, to the Sea of Glass then?
That seems to be our most logical step.
Yeah, a sea of glass.
Ah,
Yeah, Bucky, let's go.
We can't travel there during the day.
Well, we can get close to
I
it.
would hope that, yes.
Yeah.
I do believe we may need to focus on the Sphinx first.
It is on the way.
Right. That's that way.
Isn't that near the Sea of Glass, or is it not?
No, it's down further.
Oh, okay.
in the
Sea of
middle.
Glass is, yeah. The random splotch of words.
The goat saying it.
I didn't
Both.
catch what the goat said.
Bucky, can you draw us a map
In the middle.
in the sand?
Middle from your
Oh,
In the
middle
middle of the Sea of
here.
Glass? That's a really weird place for that.
wait.
Like, it's
The
in the...
Sphinx is in the middle of the Sea of Glass?
Ah,
I would not be surprised.
Why is the Sphinx in the middle of the Sea of Glass? I mean,
the fine strike. Ah.
Oh no!
Oh.
Did they kill the Sphinx?
Bucky actually looks sad. The goat's head drops and bobs. Akira.
Oh,
Bah.
Bucky. I'm gonna give him a gentle hug and pet. Oh,
Give
I'm
him another
sorry,
apple.
Bucky.
Long friend. Bah.
Do you know, was it one god over, or all of them working together?
Hevos. Bah.
Unsurprising.
Well,
Hmm.
we're gonna go see them now, okay?
Ah, Judy.
Duty,
Set-
yeah.
Oh, duty.
I thought Bucky
That was-
said Julie.
Julie,
thought-
yeah. I thought Julie
No,
too.
Judy.
Dude,
At first, I thought Julie
Bucky said
said
duty.
Julie.
Here, Bucky, have some apple with me. I eat my feelings.
Nah.
Eat feelings. You're gonna end up eating dingus at some point.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna find my way. I'm gonna find my way into the food room with Dingus, and we're never gonna come out. Right, Dingus? Food room forever. Yeah.
Oh, come now. You'd make Karen and your children very sad about that.
They'll find their way.
all right. Let's get to the edge of the glass, hopefully, and well.
I've been told in the food room there are cupcakes twice as big as me.
I'm guessing you mean in your normal size.
No, I know exactly what I meant. Dingus.
I'm-
on the map that Corvus examined,
Uh-huh.
where this location is, the Sea of Glass, the
Mhm.
rate we'd be traveling at. How far is it?
You'd
the
get
edge.
you'd get there a couple of hours before nightfall.
How about we take a rest here for a spell, and we can head out and get to the Sea of Glass around nightfall, and then continue on. I think everyone.
We'd want to go there. We won't get there if we keep until nightfall. If we keep going right now, if we stop now, we won't get there till probably midnight or late night. Because if
I
we
think-
stay still, we're not going, so we're not covering the distance.
I think what Corvus out of character is suggesting is that we take a couple hours now to make it so that when we get there, we've already rested a bit and just keep moving.
Mm,
And just
otherwise,
keep
by the time we
moving,
get there,
yeah.
we'll need a rest, more
We'll
than
need
likely.
to rest, and by
So
that time,
basically,
it's
take our rest period a little bit, or at least part of it, and then move in, and then when we're midway there, we can do the mansion or whatever we need to make it so we're not, camping out on the Sea of fucking Glass.
I think.
and waking up in the morning
Can we-
in
do
the
we
Sea
think-
of Glass.
Well, usually people go across the Sea of Glass in a day, right, or a
Mhm.
night.
Yeah, you can pass it in a
So
single night.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we could probably just go straight through to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Easy.
anyway, if
So
we
let's just
shift our,
push.
part of our rest period here.
We
and-
we just want to get there when the
I'm
sun
just-
has set.
I-
That's
out
that's
of char-
Corvus's
out-
only concern.
Out of character, I don't benefit anyway from a short rest. And it won't be like we can take a long rest right now. That's
No.
why I'm wondering. And taking a short rest right now doesn't help us do a long rest later. So I'm wondering, why are we taking the hours now? We're not shifting anything.
That's Marx's real life situations. Let's just go.
Yes. Why don't we just go?
Yep.
That's Marcus kind of thinking through his head about timing. and
Logically,
stuff.
we're just moving time, and it's
Yeah.
not changing anything.
Right. Okay.
Does anybody need anything that refreshes on a short rest? I guess that's the question.
Nope.
No.
I'm still burnt out until we get a long rest.
Okay. Oh, you can
Have
get- you
we
can get your rest? That
examined all the
sucks.
buildings?
You had a long.
You had a long
rest.
rest. Yes.
There are a couple of small buildings here, but I will say even if you go through them, you do probably there's not much of interest in them.
We want Saharan copper, okay?
And for those who said I had a long rest, yes, I did. And then I immediately burned off both lightning bolts.
she
Um,
got up
The
at the
rest-
tail.
Well, no.
No.
technically,
You did.
no. Even the wake part of your long rest is still part of your long rest and is the ending portion of it. So if you expend your spells, then you can still get them back at the end of
Which
it.
means you probably would have been able to do the second lightning bolt. You probably would have only done the first because I think you did a lightning bolt into the people at one point when we did the fight. It was still the same
I
day.
did 2 lightning bolts, which was my entire allotment. So
Yeah. So you're saying
got
you wouldn't have
them
been
back.
able you wouldn't have been, I'm saying you wouldn't have been able to do the second lightning bolt where you just lightning bolted the sky because I think you in the fight had done one and
Nope,
then you
I
did
hadn't.
one.
No, she hadn't used any of them. I'm the one who lightning bolted twice.
Oh, okay. My confusion.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Hey.
you're good,
Maybe
Cass.
You're all recharged right now. So let's just go.
Mhm.
Right. So you do a quick history check of the extra buildings and find nothing of interest before starting on your journey again. The rest of the day going by as the rest has hot, annoying, tiring, increasingly sandy. The sort of gravelly sand is very much giving way to sand, just fields of sand and dunes. And the horizon starts to get bright. As you approach, you see more and more of just
Corvus can't
Glare.
see a horizon.
no, you can't. More and more of just glare in the air.
Wow, that's amazing looking. Can you see that, Corvus?
No, and you know I can't.
I mean, you'd be
What?
able to
It's
differentiate
so
the difference
bright.
between
How
the-
can't you
I
see
can't
it?
see past that rock. It's literally blackness.
It's very
This is weird
unfortunate.
mud.
It is quite beautiful.
You're missing
This
out.
is amazing. Remember drastic measures? Gifton,
Yeah.
do you know of any other creatures that have the style of communication like Dingus? Telepathy.
I blink.
Dingus displays the symbols for Merrick and Igni and
I blink at Corvus and then go,
Athletics. Oh,
Corvus,
children.
we grew up in the same town. You went more places than I did.
You are more, how to say, less focused on things, more free
Did
spirited.
you just call me flighty?
You do fly.
You do fly, yeah.
Gifton is turning in her saddle and doting on Dinkus. She's no longer in this conversation. Right, Dinkus?
All right, I apologize, Gifton. I am not familiar with multiple types of creatures. I'm studying.
I do not know
Close.
of very many creatures. I only know about the ones I have read about in books.
And those
And
are.
Dingus is a dragon, not a creature. And Corvus should know that. You're a dragon. Yes, and Klopp is a magical beast from here. He's super fancy.
Would
Klopp's
it
not.
be possible for me to turn into a
pseudo
pseudo-dragon?
dragon.
I can turn into a pseudo.
Do any of those checks tell me something else with telepathy?
Yes, anything below the DC of 24.
I
For
can turn you
magical
into a
creatures,
pseudo-dragon
anything
if that's
below
what
the
you
DC
want.
of 16 for natural ones.
character starts going, devils of your choice. It gives you basically most things.
Do you want me to turn you into a pseudo dragon? I could do that.
Not now.
I can turn you
Oh.
into a demon. I can turn into a pseudo dragon.
Dingus' eyes are going wide, and he's bobbing his head so fast.
And it was then that Gifton wasted shape change for the day.
Oh, damn it.
Are you turning into a pseudo dragon?
Dingus is excited about this, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There goes level 9 spell for the day.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn into a pseudo dragon.
I don't have high enough to know that.
Gifton's a very brownish looking little pseudo dragon.
Dingus is meeping excitedly back at you.
So much
Anyway, Carrick.
Head bobs.
Fall under.
nature. I
What
believe.
were some of those?
I'm gonna go fly around with Dingus for a bit.
Flap, flap.
Everybody.
Devils and fiends, demons and devils. How does that
Do
work?
we know any of
Corvus, Black
those?
Bisector.
They're basically the same thing.
Okay, well we dealt with some.
Yes.
Why is that in my head? Oh.
You know of mythology of them.
Yes, and we fought some, so we know that they are a real thing.
Yes.
The demon.
You're not entirely sure if the mythology lines up as being real, but you would know which ones suggest that they are.
It's quite a few of ones tied to what. Why am I forgot his name. I blocked it out.
Mm-hmm.
The priest, the fake priest. Aurel.
He was a real priest.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, he was, just not real blessed.
Yeah, he was fake on other levels, but he was actually a priest.
Carrick,
Yes.
you going on about these creatures is good and all. Can you make me a list in your spare time?
Okay. I want to do the poof here.
Dingus is digging through one of the bags, Gifton,
Sure.
and he's pulling
Thank
out
you.
an apple. Yeah, he's sunk his teeth into it, and he's nudging it towards you.
I want to chomp on apple.
Gifton, this is the most intensely sweet, delightful an apple has ever tasted to you. Like this.
Getting pseudo dragon taste buds.
Oh God, I kind of want to give her a lemon.
This is one of the best things you have ever eaten, and it's just an apple.
Oh, I'm gonna look over at Dingus, and I'm gonna look over at Carrot, and look over at Dingus, look over at Carrot, and then I'm gonna start making food man noises.
Dingus is bobbing his head up, and he's sort of flapping over to Carrick.
All right, we're climbing up. There's crowding issues now. Food.
Merrick's there
Food.
too.
Gifton.
Yeah.
Merrick is posturing strangely at you.
Uh-oh.
Why?
He's spreading his wings about, sort of preening, wobbling side to side.
Uh-oh.
You're a married girl. You should...
And Dingus is just hissing and snapping at Merrick.
Did I give him advantage?
Female pseudo dragon showed up. New.
Yeah.
I want to give my familiar advantage, even though he has no idea.
Advantage on what?
Seducing Gifton.
Sure, Gifton can side the DC though.
I've decided he's not tall enough.
Oh.
I mean, I can fix that.
I guess it would be Merrick's only pseudo dragon he's met who isn't
Isn't
his
family,
sister
yeah.
or mom. So
Yeah.
And he has
No, I'm staring at Carrick, and I'm just meep.
Carrick, you're getting mental flashes from Gifton. They make no fucking sense. The shapes and colours do not align to any language you have learned from the pseudo dragons flashing at you.
just gonna turn over to Corvus.
Yes.
I don't think shapeshifting gives you the ability to understand what you're telepathying.
I was going to ask her what she learned.
Am I getting at least readable things from Dingus?
Food.
Okay.
You know food. You very much know the pseudo dragon symbols for food.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's basically like a circle with a little bit cut out, like a mouth.
You're basically doing Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's basically Pac-Man symbol, please.
you know the circle with the little bit cut out. If it's blue, it's sweet. If it's yellow, it's savory.
I was hoping it was the goofy like single arch McDonald's.
If it's red, it's food now. Food now. Food now.
Gonna grab. I kind of really want to get something sour and see what happens now that we have someone who can tell.
But at this point,
No.
you are at the point where you are starting to feel an almost unnatural heat, and the horizon is very, very bright. This might be the point where you might want to stop and wait for the sun to go down.
The next inch, as Corvus is watching this, he turns his head back and says, "Ah! Down! Okay, we're stopping here." Good. You said this was pretty?
Alright, you're preparing a meal for them.
Yes.
All right, I can keep this up long enough for probably him to cook a meal.
Ralph managed to find a very long stick and a sausage and is now grilling a hot dog.
Magnifying glass.
Yeah, Carrick is able to prepare a meal. What are you cooking up, Carrick?
No, we got some. I know. Remember, we have some fruits.
You got fruits. You got
else
dried
was-
meats. You've even got some really tiny eggs, like the smallest eggs you've ever seen, packed in here.
Look at the pseudo dragons real quick. Look at egg.
What we don't know is there's a piece of
Go.
paper that says these are friends, not food.
They are in the food bags.
Yeah, I figured that we know that. I'm just concerned they're pseudo dragon eggs. Because I
They
did
do not.
get
They do
close
not look
to
like
them.
pseudo dragon eggs. No.
I don't know if I actually get close enough
You know
to see
that
them,
parrot
so.
thing that they can do where their head
Yeah.
and their neck just like completely go wobble,
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Gifton does that because that's fun.
Gifton
Nope.
does that. Dingus mimics.
Is Anu still here because you just did Anu thing? Bird wobble, 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 wobble.
First breath weapon, totally new catch.
Yes. Yes. Carrick is able to prepare food, and Gifton, this is godly. This tastes so amazing.
Gifton is constantly like putting her nose in, taking a bite, and then just making excited noises and stamping her feet, and then taking another bite.
So does everybody else have this sudden brain moment? It's probably not because my brain's messed up. That pseudo dragons have a really bad like sense of touch, but they have amazing sense of taste.
Their sense of taste is out of this world.
Luckily for Gifton, she can probably get through the meal, but then she's gonna have to let it go, or else she'll have issues.
Yeah, eventually you sit there content with food, wanting more. That's an impulse that you're now feeling. But then the spell wears off.
Yep. Oh, that was fun.
Beep.
Yeah, I know. Dingus.
Dingus answers you. Merrick looks disappointed. And Gifton, as you poke another bit of food, says, "Why was this so exciting?"
So I'm gonna have to ask because I want to confirm. Did you understand anything that you were saying?
Of course, I understood everything I was saying.
But Carrick didn't understand what you were saying then.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just.
I
did
was
what
just
thought
checking if
worked.
you were conscious
No,
of what you were saying.
I was just doing it on impulse, but I could understand everybody else just fine. And I can tell you, smells and tastes, wow, completely different. Like, you have not enjoyed a meal until you've been a pseudo dragon enjoying a meal.
We'll take that into note.
That's right. Pseudo dragons technically don't have telepathy.
Yeah, they have empathy.
Empathy.
Yeah, which is why we have weird symbology stuff where we don't have direct. Anyway, why do you worry about turning into something with telepathy?
No, discuss that further at a later date. There's too much going on.
Okay, well, I can't really help you if I don't know what's going on. Thumbs up.
I like to think she says thumbs up
I
instead.
do say thumbs up, and then she does thumbs up. And
Oh.
she's like, I've got fingers again. That's great. Wings are weird.
All right. Fine. Since we are taking a break here, regardless, and we're just killing time.
I mean, we're literally just going to be stewing here watching the heat rise.
Yes. I'm.
Yeah.
The Azoth.
Mhm.
The Azoth resides in or translocates through the empty to attack me,
Mhm.
to kill me, to take its eyes back.
So you want me to turn you into the Azoth?
Can you do that?
I could try.
That may actually be the best option. Because I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to kill it. I want to
Understand it?
understand it to help it. Because
So if you turn into the Azoth, maybe the Azoth will be able to talk to you and you'll be able to understand it better because you'll see the world like it sees it.
Are you going to be also missing 2 eyes?
I think he already sees the world as it sees it.
Nah, it has more eyes. If I remember being
it
told
sees
correctly.
it sees in a 360.
I mean, I don't know. I could try. I don't know. I don't know how incredibly powerful the creature is. My magic might not be able to recreate it, but you know, I can try.
Yeah, because Corvus explained what he learned, right, with the Legend Lord. Do you,
I
in character?
believe you talked about it.
Yeah.
You talked about it a bit. You basically reiterated the story we already knew about the first dragons, and then you said stuff about the key. I don't think you actually went on about the Azoth though.
Okay.
So
So-
you kind of.
I learned more than just about the first dragons, the information I gave. I looked into the Azoth more closely. They were harvested, they were killed and subjugated.
We found out about that. That's how you got your eyes. That's how the gentlemen get them, right?
Right, but
Yeah.
I don't. They didn't.
And then, like, sometimes people face them, and if the creature dies, it makes the ground really bad,
Mhm.
and people get sick because of the light.
Right.
I remember that from what you learned last time.
Yeah. That being used, being something of it's hard to say that I feel that it's what I went through. It's what my father went through. I don't even know the answers about my father yet. I still don't know the answers, but if I can at least reconcile with the Azoth, that maybe it won't be so hostile to me as I go through the empty.
What if it wants the eyes back, though? I mean, those are its eyes.
I know, and I may have to convince it that what I'm doing is for its benefit, to rid it of the people who originally did this to him.
Are you prepared to give its eyes back, though?
Not in the immediate sense, I don't think.
Okay, because I think it's going to ask that. So you might want to be ready for that question.
I know. I'm pretty sure it wants his eyes back, but I personally want to. I want to personally do the same thing that it wants, to rid.
Get its eyes back?
No, it hunts the gentleman because of what they've done to it. Of
taking its eyes.
And I know that I
have. It hunts the gentleman. It hunts anybody with the eyes.
Yes, but who did that? Who initiated that?
We don't know. I mean, I can't believe that the gentleman have been the only ones that have known how to do this, and the only ones that like
I am
figured
making
out how to do this.
I am
so-
making a leap with this, and I may be wrong, but I think they stumbled upon something that they've learned, and then took advantage of it, like they've taken advantage of everything.
So this all goes back to revenge.
In the simplest sense. And possibility that whenever the time comes when we all have to deal with the sins I have made, the allegiances of these gentlemen in earnest, it would be good to have an ally more than what we have. Something that they wouldn't suspect.
Now, I've been, attributed with certain traits, and I can own trusting fool. That's fine. That's fair. That's apparently a very Lawland thing, and I want to believe the best about everybody and stuff. But and I'm gonna throw a button here. You have been suspicious and prepared to deal with as a threat anyone who we would perceive as an ally. This creature has definitely been going out to kill you, and you're wanting to make it an ally because of that. I worry about which way. I mean, I want to make friends with it, but that's me, and I want to make friends with like everything, but
I see myself in it.
Because you have its eyes.
Not in that Not in that sense, Carrick. That is too. If I did not have
you
its
feel
eyes,
that wounded?
yes, it's what I've.
So you view yourself kind of like a wounded animal, trying to. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever you want to do, Corvus. I just don't want to hurt the thing for no good reason.
And I don't want to either.
Especially like because it poisons the ground, and that's not okay.
That's why, and he looks off into the direction of the glass. If this is to happen and things go wrong, we do it here.
People travel through here, though.
And it sounds like there's a range of that thing. We don't know that.
And
Yes.
also, there's like a holy site near here. You'd be basically desecrating that poor Sphinx's grave.
I honestly did not realize that it was in the middle of the Sea of Glass. That's my failing. So I may have to reassess.
Might want to rethink. I mean, maybe
Yes.
we try just to not kill it.
I
Or if it does need to die, kill it in the empty.
That's an option.
I mean, that can't be terrible. With just that horrible light that kills people, waiting for anybody that jumps through a portal, it'll keep them from going through there.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we need to use that portal?
What I want to know, and maybe this is kind of a weird, dumb thing. All right, when we went into the empty, I've only been in there like 2 times, maybe 3, right? It's like a big sheet of goop
Yes.
and nothing for like ever ahead of us when we look forward. How is that thing in there all the time?
And
With nothing.
I don't think it is. I think it comes from someone else.
So,
But it gets to this place through there. It gets to this world through there.
okay.
It's
So it belongs somewhere else and it keeps wandering in.
yes. And it wandered originally here. It came here originally. And then it was slided.
Okay.
If it comes here, though, why doesn't it just come and get its eyes back?
I don't know. It doesn't give me all the answers. It only gives me what it wants to give me.
Huh.
I can only study so much that is available.
Okay. I'm probably gonna res Titania and the Fae. Or I don't know. I'm gonna see if maybe your grandma Lois used the bubble again. I'm kind of feeling it out.
The bubble?
Yeah, the bubble under her lagoon.
Bubble was gone.
I thought the bubble was still there.
Yeah, Bob's still there.
Oh, okay. I thought after
we
she
swam out
touched
after it. No,
Oh,
dissipate.
not
Down where the temple is. You know, the temple of
Okay,
Lost
different
Causes.
bubble than I was thinking of. I was thinking of the seed leftover of Lala's soul that went away when you touched it, didn't it?
No, that wouldn't be in that though.
That's what I was confused. That's what I thought
Also,
you meant by
I
the
was
bubble.
thinking about it, and I'm thinking I'm gonna call her Lily. Lily's
Her?
a good name. Well, if it's a her, if it's a boy, I might call him Lyle.
I'm sorry, my brain
Dear
out of character
Lyle.
just went.
What in
The
heaven?
god Lyle.
What do you need to determine if that is a possibility? Gifted.
I don't know. I've never been really good with that. I guess I probably would need a priest of my area to really nail down gender.
No,
What?
turning into an Azoth.
Nothing. I just need a really solid description of one. I need to familiarize myself with what they can do.
And you've never seen it.
Nah, I've never seen one. I've only heard your stories of it. So if you could draw me some pretty pictures and stuff.
Corvus or Telday, since you two have.
Corvus takes out a book.
Do either of you have illusionary magic that could show?
I don't, but I have this. He opens a book to the page that he has written down the Azoth and made a sketching of it, and where the core is located, and the maw and the malformed physicality of it.
Okay, maybe I can do that tomorrow. I turned into a pseudo dragon today, so I can't do that now. Wasted that level 9.
It's very well. I don't know if this is something that we want to test tomorrow, considering everything that we are doing. I don't want to have this interrupt. And he looks at Telday, what
once
this is about, or looks at Bucky wherever he is.
Yeah, but we can figure it out though at some point. I can try that.
That is a excellent thought though, Gifton.
The other thing I could do is, if you prefer it, I could always wish that we could all speak telepathically to each other for a while.
The problem is I don't even know if this Azoth has a language. I'm just prodding ideas.
Well, I'm just saying, if we didn't want to actually have you turn into something, that might work.
In all honesty, I think turning into an Azoth may be maybe the best option.
Just can't stay that way too long when I do that to you, or it becomes permanent, okay?
Do I make that decision?
It's a little bit of both of us.
Okay.
It's kind of a cooperative thing.
Yes.
Let's not let that go for too long, though, okay? Because I won't want to turn you back if I don't know where you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
That horizon.
Right, so you all settle down and wait out the sunset. After a while, as it darkens, you feel the heat starting to lower. The glare vanishes, and Bucky
I'm not
bleats.
flashbanged anymore.
No. And Bucky bleats. Safe.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Right, and you basically head up a sand dune. It seems to stretch far in either direction, and as you crest over to the top of it, instantly the texturing beneath your feet changes, more solid. You can see a layer of partially fused in sand on top of this sea of glass stretching out in front of you. And while it's not clear here, you can see as it goes off, it seems to become more pure, more clear towards the center.
Where the heat was the hottest.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of those? Is it like? It's one of those lenses that can cook the sun, or not cook the sun.
I'm going to walking that way.
Yeah.
You doing detect magic?
I'm using it from the wand, but yes.
No magic.
Except for all of us.
Yes, except for everyone in the group.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there's any residual from it. Okay.
fact,
There's a little
I'm
there's a
actually
little
going to-
grasshopper that runs across.
I'm going to wing up and fly just like 20 feet above because I don't want to damage the glass.
And it's still warm here. The heat hasn't actually fully dissipated, but it's enough to
I'm right
be
above
safe.
you guys, making the
Bucky
wind
said
come
it was
down.
safe.
Making the wind come down. I'm fanning everybody with my wings as I go.
And
Don't kick up any shards, though. Don't want flying projectiles.
and
I have a
there's
choice.
every now and then you hear slight crunches beneath your feet as a bit of this gives way, but most of it seems to be fairly solid. It seems like anything you do crunch or displace is like layers that have been added after the fact just through the sheer heat that is generated here during the day
It keeps cooking.
from blown in sand.
Mm-hmm. But the stuff underneath, the deep down, that's solid.
It's very solid.
Everyone's just going crack, crack, crack. I'm going crack, crack, crack. Because
And
I've also got steel on my shoes.
you journey through the night. It's strangely quiet here. No skittering sounds, no wildlife to speak of. And after a few hours of travel, you start to see something. This entire area seems to be a bowl. You came in through the ridge and have just been going steadily downwards. Not particularly steep, but very, very gradual incline. And then you see a structure, almost pyramidal in shape, although more narrow and tall, and a opening at the front. Around it, the glass is almost beautifully clear. You think it's weird to make out because it feels like you can actually see down through the depths of it, but there's not much to see, and eventually it just gives way to darkness.
It does infinite reflections.
And outside of this structure, you see what looks like to be a statue, wrought from the same material as the surroundings, made of glass, although clearly shaped after the fact. Looks like to be a strange quadrupedal creature, feline haunches, wings folded on its back, its forelegs folded in front of it, just before a humanoid semi-torso almost, and a very clearly humanoid head that is wearing a horned headdress. Looks female. Its eyes are closed and it just looks peaceful.
Sphinx.
That's what a sphinx looks like. You said it looked like a cat.
No, it's part cat.
Well, maybe a little, but at least not the worst part of a cat.
Zoom up.
Yeah. And the
Well,
front-
we
the
don't
front
see her smiling, so she may still have that.
paws. Oh, she's got a pretty face.
And as you move over to this structure, you can actually see in the center of this very, very large statue, now that you're closer, you're able to see through the semi-transparent glass, murkier than surroundings from apparently its shaping, but clear nonetheless. You can see what looks like to be a large casket in the center of it. And who can read Saharan?
I can.
I can.
Yes.
As you approach, you can see wrought into the sides of this stone casket. Here rests Akira, the dearest of friends, for far too short a time.
Oh, that's very sad. Buster's trying to dig a hole to China.
Mm-hmm.
He just
She
decided-
keeps hearing.
I'm gonna
heard we're in a
bow
desert.
my head slowly and go. I am sorry for your loss, Bucky. She seems like she was very nice.
Bucky just bleats sadly.
Blah.
All right. So Bucky, I think you're supposed to show us the way.
Bucky sort of starts to wriggle, trying to wriggle free from whoever's carrying him. Don't know if it's
Shax.
you or
Shax will
Shax.
put him down.
And he then wanders over towards one of the camels and bleats up at one of its saddlebags.
I will
Shax
go
will
open
go-
this, or
okay.
I'll eat it. I'll eat it.
Shax will go over and open the saddlebag.
Okay. In the saddlebag, there is a small wooden box and a rolled up sheaf of paper.
Shax will gently remove the box and the sheath of paper and open it.
Okay. The sheaf of paper or the box?
The sheath of paper.
Sheaf of paper first. Okay.
The box. So
Okay.
Box, come on!
Shax, you read Saharan, right?
Gifted,
Alright.
Gifted slowly pulling the
Written
box
on
from your
on
hand.
the paper is, your journey into the past will be dangerous. You must not reveal yourselves. You must not reveal yourselves to me in particular. I don't remember you, which means we never met. If we were to meet, it would complicate things, especially with a being like me. As such, I have provided you things to let you get by easier. While the Saharan people wouldn't be particularly afraid of strange beings they do not recognize, it would make you stand out and call attention. So these will disguise you. You will have to attune yourselves to them, but they will give you looks that will help you blend in a little more. They're things native to the area, especially of that time. They will also grant you the ability to speak and understand the language. It will translate automatically upon leaving your mouth. You shouldn't take Bucky in with you, nor any others of my creation. And I'm not entirely sure how the travel will work with my beings. But I pray you all safe journeys. Smith should not be hard to find. He was one of the more famous ones for the era. Just ask around for him. I wish you the best of luck. And it's just got a little scribble that says, "Hey." The handwriting on this letter is very crude, by the way.
I don't know how to write. And she cries.
Shax will look
She
roll
does her
it back
third
up.
attempt.
and calmly open the box.
Okay, inside the box are a number of pendants. 6.
She was provided with pendants. We're going to have to attune to them. They will make it so we can blend in better in the past. We are not to
Well,
reveal ourselves to Heya.
luckily,
We're not to reveal
I
ourselves
have
to
one free attunement slot.
You have a free one? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have a free one.
You have 5.
I mean, I still have one free one only.
How do we know whose is whose?
The letter
Sure.
does not say.
It does not say.
I will
assume it was just
take
hope for the
this
best.
one. This one's mine.
They will also auto-translate the language when we speak it and hear it, so that we can understand and be understood.
I learned the hard way.
But in the past, it might be different. Languages evolve.
What?
Languages evolve and change.
No, you
The
lie.
languages speak now.
You lie.
Languages speak hundreds of years ago.
Oh.
It's the same as magic spells.
Faye
change.
has always been the same. We always speak the same language. Shifty eyes.
Well,
I do not believe that for a second.
Corvus will reach in and grab another one.
Okay.
Checks will offer around to everyone
Should-
else in turn.
Should we?
I'm
attend to
actually
these
gonna
first,
look.
Bucky, before we go into the temple.
Bucky should be returned, and Klopp cannot come with us either.
Attune while travel. Dilly daddy, shitty shatty. Move.
Oh, okay. Come on in then. Let's go. You heard Bucky.
Bucky, are we to send you back now or right before we leave?
Now.
Now?
Go.
And then Bucky pauses for a second, looks up at Klopp,
Wait.
and goes, "Oh, when return."
Okay.
Short time for us.
That was what I was going to.
Time travel does
ask.
work like that.
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, Gibson's gonna put the pendant on and march on in. She's gonna look over, pause for a second, and go, "Hey, Dingus."
Beep.
Food room.
Beep.
Food room.
Beep, beep. There's flashes of concern.
Well, you heard what she said about the past and strange stuff. You might catch attention.
Beep, beep.
It might be a good idea. Yes.
Do you want to
Go
stay here
back
with
and
Klopp,
their
or do
place
you
is
want to go
just
in the food room?
filled.
Pseudo dragons.
You get flashes of food room and if danger, cool.
Yeah. I'll definitely call you.
If danger, cool.
If danger, I'll definitely call you, okay? And they'll send Dingus to the food room.
The
And
the
then
local
I'll give a sad look to everybody else. If I'm in the past, it'll be before he's born, and he can't come out of the food room to help me.
the local administration.
I made sure I dismissed him before I said that.
You, of course, said that before Merrick did. God.
Merrick doesn't look like he understands anyway.
I know. You're gonna pet Merrick on the head. I believe it is best, yes, to have you both in a safer space while time is being done. I'm going
Merrick sort of beeps in affirmation.
I'm gonna send him off to his special room.
Oh,
His is full of daddy's cooking.
Are you just remembering Hadwin?
Corvus,
Yeah.
Corvus, yeah, Corvus doesn't have, has Hadwin. What are you gonna do without that? Yeah.
There is no amulet for Hadwin.
Hadwin has to wait outside.
Hadwin, stay here.
Bye, everybody.
Guard.
Went in.
Hadwin just changes position as if taking up a guarding posture by the door.
Okay.
You should have had him pet Bucky.
Hallway.
Well, you and I were doing a tune anyway, so it's a really long one, hopefully.
Jax is going to calmly on his shoulder pick up the spider, tap it, fold it back into the watch, and put it into his pocket.
Okay. Right, and you all start to make your way through the corridor. All hopefully putting the amulets on, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing the amulets are also like our time keys.
Yep. Also, just
Uh,
adjusting my stats so I don't have wrong stats on.
right, and you start to move through the corridors, and it's a strange experience. They seem to wind, turn back in on themselves. You swear, you take several lefts and never run back into the same corridor.
This makes no sense.
The state of the corridors also fluctuates as you travel through them. Some seem pristine, freshly burning fuel. Others seem run down, almost crumbling as you move through them. At one point, you come across bodies. Ancient, desiccated, mummified, holding
Great undead.
ancient weapons. You want to create undead on this?
No.
You have some undead.
I could.
Get them on the way out.
Another corridor, you come across another body. Only this time it looks like it's a drow. Probably been dead, a year. Those that know the medicine know, judging by the state of his body. But Shaxton, the things it's carrying, there is a item on its wrist. 2 hands just ticking away. And it is the most beautiful piece of clockwork you've ever seen. His clothing, Gifton, is not wearing away. It should have at this point, but it looks you're unfamiliar with this material, and the style of it is bizarre.
Wow.
You like the jacket pockets, though?
Welcome to polyester.
This is amazing.
Welcome to spandex.
I want to make
Jax
this
will
material.
stop for a second to look at it from as they're moving, like not moving in on it,
Mhm.
and then shake his head for a second, like no, and keep moving.
Gifton's getting that look
Do not
of,
fuck with things.
I
Want it.
might have accidentally. Oh no, my glamour weave. Whoops.
Check will calmly as he's walking also grab Gifton and keep moving her.
It's stretchy. I want it.
As Shek directs you away from this bizarre and wonderful clothing.
It is not from our time. We cannot interact with it.
You continue
but
on.
I can touch it.
We should not interact with it.
Oh.
Touch.
Shax, knowing nothing of time travel, quickly deciding that there should be some rules.
That we should not touch.
Shax, realize you can tell rules to Gifton and she might believe you.
Shax, did I ever tell you the time I time traveled by accident?
Gifton's gonna look at her.
You get
sending-
into predestination stuff.
her sending stones one last time, like she really wants to, and then tucks them
And-
away, sad.
Eventually, about an hour and a half has passed. Your amulets, they start to feel a little warm on you. And the surfaces just seem to glow faintly.
All right, so I was swapping out my ring of human perfection
Okay, so you're
for the
small.
amulet, so I'm small all of a sudden. When that
That's okay. Your amulet becomes small with you, as magic items are wont to.
It's a lot slower.
It
going for
looks
Gifton
like
now.
the amulet surfaces have runes on them. Same sort of thing you touch on a sending stone to activate.
Well, I want to find out what this is like. Tapping it.
Okay. Gifton suddenly shoots up again, as she does when she puts on a ring of human perfection. But instead of a human, you see a young drow woman standing before you all. She's a little shorter than most drow you've seen. Only by a few inches, but for the average height of the drow woman, she's definitely on the short
Where
side.
did I get all of these hips? Look at these
Yeah.
hips. My goodness.
Yeah, she is a quintessential drow lady.
I think my breasts are like 3 sizes bigger than normal. Oh. When did you all get so tall?
You're shorter.
You're short.
No.
And Chuck
No,
will
this is not
calmly
right. I am very
activate his.
tall
Okay.
for a brownie. I'm very tall for a brownie.
Shaxton, you grow a bit as you become a lizard folk, a male lizard folk.
Ah.
Corvus will tap his amulet.
Corvus, you suddenly feel a lot shorter
No.
as you become a Duragar.
Oi!
Oi. Oh my goodness, Corvus. You have to talk with the silent.
The what?
You must do the thing where you use your hands to talk. You're a Dorgar.
Oh. Right.
Let's
No,
hope-
shh.
Let's hope that maybe back then they didn't.
Duragar Corvus.
Yeah.
So, you know, it said about translating automatically, but you've got no idea how to do the sign hand thing. There's no knowledge in your mind here.
That's gonna be a problem.
Maybe just be the strong silent type.
I guess.
Telde, Carrick, Cressy, do yours. I want to see.
I'm fighting the
there's enough.
temptation to double tap and yell at reboot.
I'll
Do it.
admit, I picture Jack's doing a calm double tap on it.
Caracal.
Okay. The character taps his, and suddenly there is a drow male, one of the most beautiful drow men you've ever seen.
You got
to
be kidding me.
Like, it's all of the charm of the Norn without even speaking. The cut of his features is
Gifton
perfect.
Just, automatically starts eye-batting at him. She doesn't even know. How did you get so tall?
Yeah,
looking
and
all
he
of a
is
sudden,
tall.
Carrick?
He is tall,
He's so
Gifton.
tall.
Oh
You're so much tall,
God.
Carrick.
Why
I'm
is it
very
always
impressed.
them?
Which I'll point out, Gifton's usually pretty damn good looking. Apparently, I'm not that damn good looking right now.
And
I'm
you
average.
swear, like, there's a slight breeze coming through this tunnel. You swear his hair is like flowing naturally with far more of a breeze than should be there. Yeah.
No, it
Guy,
doesn't-
throw something
that,
at him.
I feel like maybe Carrick, you got my amulet. We are supposed to swap, yes.
This will be a drama.
Telde, Cassie, who's
I would
next?
like to be a Dramel.
To you,
Oh
Cassiopeia.
God, I was your castrats too.
I guess.
I want to see what you turn into.
Without a battle arm.
If you insist. Tap.
Okay, Telday taps his, and suddenly standing before you is a creature none of you have ever seen before. It's strange, almost reptilian, only it's covered in this really great big shell that goes around all of its body. As Telday becomes a
Ninja
turtle.
Turtle.
Yes.
Oh, God.
What is that?
You haven't even seen these in Sahar, by the way.
I do not know.
I mean,
what this is.
there is a shell like a turtle. I cannot do that
Yeah.
voice. Save my life.
I mean, I did
I
give you
don't
the
know.
excuse that the accent would be translated when leaving your mouth if you don't want to do it, so you're free.
I will try,
That's
but I will not.
You get brownie
promise
points if you do, though.
I will.
Gittens got her
attempt.
hands planted on her hips.
That
It is
is
your
a
turn, my
strange
dear.
trap.
Reveal
I'm just
yourself.
gonna tap the amulet and probably not change.
Okay, Cassie does change quite dramatically.
Did she fall over?
She becomes taller, and immediately you see drow features on her face, womanly drow features, and her lower body is
My
a
amulet.
mass
Oh,
of
no.
tentacles.
What?
Oh, okay.
Large ones that encompass far more mass than the centaur body did.
She's. Oh God, she's half.
Oh no, I think you got more legs.
She
you got a lot
appears-
more legs.
She appears to be half clop. I can't
Wait.
do that
You
voice.
take up more room.
If you look at this from a psychological profiling, I believe that Hea only views you as just a big mess of legs. Carrick is an undeniably attractive Adonis.
Oh no.
I don't even know what this says about
I'm not
Dundee.
even going to bother.
Why are you a squat little dwarf and why am I so short?
Oh, sure.
What are you?
I'm pretty sure we've all, since the rough idea of where Brass is, we've probably seen a turtle before.
Yeah,
Wait,
you've seen
turtles.
turtles, yes.
So
You've seen a turtle. We have not seen a
yes.
turtle.
Well, yeah.
Gittens
Allie?
gonna.
Uh-huh.
Since I have a massive tentacles like Plop,
Mhm.
Cass is actually going to focus down on them real quick and just like, horse.
They do not reform.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, what is it? Sakilla?
Cilia.
Cilia, yeah.
You're half clop. Unfortunately, it's not the half that can control it.
So weird.
This is very strange. I wonder what happens if I bring my wings out. I'm gonna try to bring my wings out.
Okay, you bring your wings out, and they just come out. They seem to be a different colour than before, far darker as if to blend in with the drow skin, and then highlighted towards the end with the same white as your hair.
Wait, Sahar didn't have any dragons, so be careful with your stuff, Carrick.
It's not like I'm going to be doing this either. I just wanted to see if it actually
Right.
works. I actually kind of
Also,
like this one. If it wasn't so short, I actually think I look pretty good as a drow. I wish I could take my mirror out and I'm going to look at myself.
Really?
I'm assuming Jack's basically just looks like he has armor going
I like the white hair.
stuck along his right arm.
Actually, you are. It looks like you have a drapery over your right arm. Your arm itself looks like it's made of flesh, although you feel it. And if you press, you get the sensation of flesh feeding back. But if you press really hard, you suddenly
Definitely
feel a resistance.
When names are
I will be Trixie. That way, the secret code for Trixie Faye. Oh.
that's pretty good. To be fair. Yeah.
Specifically, the tone of the
Oh. Who are you be?
I don't know.
You could be.
I don't know anything about
Ursu.
Durgar.
Maybe what we should do is not talk to anybody because it seems like a bad idea.
Or talk to each other because, like,
We're going to have to talk to people.
yeah.
Wait, no,
To
we
ask
don't.
about the Sphinx.
And
No,
how am
we're-
I
we're-
supposed to talk?
We're supposed to go see the Sphinx.
No,
you okay?
we're not
Fine.
supposed to see the Sphinx.
We're supposed to go see the inventor man. We're supposed to find him.
Yes,
He's
which
famous.
will require us.
Which
to
I
talk
believe
to
we could
people.
just make Carrick talk to anybody. They will immediately Carrick, can you do me a very big favor before we endeavor to go into the past?
Don't make him talk.
I'm going to go over to Carrick and I'm going to look up at him with my big pouty thoughtful eyes and pursed lips. Carrick, promise me that you will not leave a trail of children in the past.
That will be your luck. That would be our luck, yes.
Oh my god.
Texas was just standing there watching this. Every now and again,
As your mother, I would be heartbroken.
as a completely automated thing, just every now and again, tongues comes out and like slaps his eye.
Every now and then it comes out and drops the beat.
Alright.
Tasting the air in front of him, that sort of thing.
Arm.
What was that, Cass?
Cass is looking at her left arm. Is it actually an arm?
It looks like an arm, Cass.
Well, I guess you.
I wonder. Cass is going to try and flip out her axe.
Oh no.
Oh, that's going to be messy.
Okay. There is a brief
Rip and
shimmer
tear.
as the axe appears, and you actually see a brief glimpse of metal as the illusion shakes around this.
Oh.
Once the axe is out,
Maybe don't
however,
do that.
it reforms, and it looks like you just have a axe grasp within a drow hand.
Oh, I was so worried it wasn't going to do that.
We should probably not use those.
Hey, Cass is going to push it back in.
And again, the illusion dissipates and shimmers briefly around your arm before reforming.
Okay, so Cass is going to reach back and
These right. You
You reach back and prod your back half, Cass?
yeah, is there still a back half there?
No, it's strange. It feels like that's where your torque body would be. But you're able to reach down and press down into the tentacles. For those that are learned with magic, which I would say is Shaxton, Carrick, Telday.
I do a shape adjustment.
Yeah, most of you, frankly, Cass, I'm just. You're not going to be the one that gets the roll. I'm afraid to say.
Oh, Cass is freaky. Cass is finding this freaky.
Each of you give me an Arcana roll, please. Shaxton and I will actually let you have advantage on it, just because it seems appropriate to me flavor-wise.
For Jackson?
Yep.
You get the feeling 25 might get it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't do bad.
Okay. Right. To Gifton, yeah, I mean, you recognise what looks like to be a mix of illusion and transfiguration magic.
50. Yep.
Shaxton and Carrick, this is incredibly advanced blending of illusion and transmutation. Like it is utilising both transmuting what needs to be transmuted and just covering what doesn't need, and yet it's still giving a feedback that is far beyond just visual and auditory illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's magic, lass. Get used to it.
Actually, I'm going to try one thing.
It is.
I'm going to try move. I'm not going to take the action to restore my wings, but let's see if I can move my wings, or did it pull them in automatically?
They seem to be pulled in automatically. Are you going to try and deploy them?
No, I'm not going to try to deploy them. Because, like was pointed out, we know there's not dragons here.
Capable of maintaining your balance? Can you walk?
Cass is going to try and move.
Cass, these strange limbs seem to undulate and move quite naturally for you. You don't really have to think about it, although if you do start thinking about it, it starts to falter.
It's the old, you're now breathing manually thing.
Is it more like moving like a Lamia or a Naga, or just kind of the tentacles go everywhere and I just kind of
And pull you forward.
There's a little bit of a combination of both. The undulating movement, much like a snake would, seems to propel you a bit, but if you really want to pick up speed, you start reaching forward
And pulling.
and pulling.
Oh, well, my dear, this is quite.
This is common in Zaha.
I mean,
Evidently.
You are quite loud.
I don't know how to turn it down. I'm sorry.
I think he only has so much volume. All right.
Cass is just going to reach
Excuse
out
me,
and just
Sphinx
tap the
lady?
underside of his chin and close his
Are
mouth.
you in here?
Shh.
Okay, you'll start pressing forward again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Durgar is so angry.
About 10 minutes later, you
We should be wearing these all the time in Saha, and maybe nobody would hate us so much.
you emerge into a large chamber, candlelight flickering. What immediately grabs your attention is a
I
large.
think it's actually kind of sad that I'm always wearing something to kind of hide my form because everybody
Wait,
hates
what is
whatever I
Cass
am at
wearing
any
at
given
this
time.
point?
Because I started to
What are
run
you
around
wearing?
as a human.
You all seem to be wearing Saharan garb. It's familiar, but not exactly what you've seen. Cass, yours seems to be rather more ornate, and is showing a lot more than you probably feel comfortable with.
I'm sorry, Cass has answered her door, but stark naked.
Yeah, okay, then it's showing more than enough that you are comfortable with, but it's
Justin is
definitely showing it.
a little blushy about what you're wearing. I mean, if you think about it, I got the ring so that way people would be less scared of me because I was a fae. But then everybody
But
here hates the fact that we're
You
Baratheons,
all
so now
emerge
I'm
into a
wearing
large chamber, torchlight flickering, and immediately you see a large statue. Seems to be of a goat, supported by carved elves. A large rattan stomach, long clawed arms resting upon it, and large curled horns, much like Haya's.
Not
I
Bucky.
think I've seen
That is
the
a
Norin have one of these as like
interesting statue.
something like this of hair.
Very much like the Norrens.
Yes, it's very much like the Norins. This is very lovely.
And then,
I'm not supposed to see her.
and then, in front of it is this large stone pedestal, which seems bare, as if it was a laying point for something.
Huh.
And then up from behind that, you see a face perk up.
Excuse me?
Oh, I am
Sit
very
up here.
sorry. I was not expecting anyone. And onto this pedestal, something that resembles that statue you saw outside remarkably. This felinoid humanoid mix of creature climbs up onto the pedestal and just settles down, crossing her forelegs.
You're Bucky's friend who died.
Let's see.
What?
Forgive her.
And-
She's an idiot.
She tilts her head a little bit and goes, "Ah, you came from Len. That's very strange to see a high priestess, a long extinct turtle, and such a strange mix come through from there."
Guessing. Guessing you are.
I am Aquila.
I look over
Yes.
at Carrick. Are you the high priestess?
No.
No,
You're
as beautiful as he is. I refer to her, of course, and she gestures at Cass.
You're a high priestess.
Except I suspect you must not be as you seem, coming from there, lacking knowledge as you do.
Nope.
Correct.
Am I not supposed to talk?
Yeah, we don't know. Hea sent us.
Yes. Heya
From Len,
sent us to find, someone.
you do not know what a
Back in
delight
this
that
town.
is for me to hear.
We helped her out of the cage.
This is wonderful. I hope she is okay.
Yes, she misses
She
you
is.
very much.
She is getting used to
She mourns you.
the era.
I wish I could be there to see my mother, but... well, I am dead at that point, and my
So,
time in here
yes.
does not allow me to change that.
She.
Mm.
Wait, who are we not supposed to see? I'm confused.
Hey,
Justin's brow furrows as she's thinking about that.
I take it you are going back, then? That would explain your
Yes.
appearances.
There
No, we're
is
not back
a,
yet.
Person who is a great inventor, and we need to go talk to him about a substance we have from the Dreamer that is necessary. There is a great calamity about to befall the world, and Hea has tasked us with trying to help figure it out.
A great inventor. Inventor of what?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
Star Metal.
No.
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 He seemed to know things from
He had dreams
other times.
of strange things from the sky.
Oh, yes.
I did not get the name. Did somebody get the name? Because I never got a name.
We were never given a name.
I think we were.
You refer to Talal, I think.
No, we weren't.
No, we
Yeah, I
were,
was gonna say we weren't given
I
names.
I can tell you as the bookkeeping person, we
Yeah.
never got a name.
One of
Talal?
Talal, one of the
He was supposed
brightest
to be-
minds of the old times.
Yes, he's supposed to be the brightest minds of his age. Here's her letter. Did you want to read that, Tosi? We
She
told
seems
us
to
not to
perk up
talk
a
to her.
little bit before she actually just climbs down from this pedestal. And Gifton, it is a little unnerving the way she moves. It is
Giant
very
cat.
familiar.
very cat-like. Gifton starts looking very apprehensive all of a
As
sudden.
she glides towards you in a very felinoid manner.
Yeah, maybe.
Jax
Yeah,
does it a much
Corvus
slower
suddenly
than pronounced measure.
Corvus is suddenly
Pull out
getting
Pull out note.
a letter shoved into his hands to hold out, and then she's going behind him.
Right.
You need not fear me. I do not hurt those that mean no harm
She
here.
has a terrible fear of the feline persuasion.
Oh, that is most unfortunate.
He is this big, and Jax holds out his hands for a rather precise size.
And
Therefore,
those-
Jax is clarifying.
Do forgive me, my dear. I will move away. And she just
But
reaches
yeah.
out this large paw to take this piece of paper from you, Corvus.
You can actually hear the shaking of the bones and give them
Is that the letter from that we had out there?
that from Heya, yeah.
Okay, because I'm the one who still had the letter.
Oh, I apparently ripped it out of your possession at one point. I'm sorry, but it is now hers.
It's like Shax made a pronounced effort of pulling out the boxes, moving slower like this, and
Yes.
the note out.
She'll take it from you, and she smiles sadly. It is good to see her words, even if they are not for me.
Yes. She is reclaiming the continent again and helping her peoples.
Good. Then my sacrifice was not in vain either.
And she helped me have many children.
That is wonderful to hear. I wish I could see them. And
Few
she
of
climbs
us.
back onto the pedestal.
I wish they could see you too. Who knows? Maybe I will very deeply wish I can see you.
Still, then you are on a duty to go see Talal.
Yep.
You will find him easily. All knew his name. He was scholar. He was that's what he's. And do you speak modern Sahar?
We have
I do.
these things that translate,
But
though.
we can, yeah.
We
Do you know what the
also
word for scholar
Father.
is?
Yes.
Scientist.
No. The Saharan
Researcher.
pronunciation for scholar.
Mathematician.
And those that know Sahar, you think on it, and the word is Talal.
Halal.
Talal.
is Talal.
Is
Named
he
for
the
him.
First?
That's his name.
The
That's very
greatest.
fancy.
The first
Do
and
you-
greatest. She gave everything to her people. For one to strive to create and invent on his own, it was special.
Hmm.
Cass is slowly starting to have a Cass panic attack.
Why so, Cass?
And being over after my own heart.
Why sure would she make me priest?
Well, what are you?
I'm a centaur.
If I was to
accommodate
guess, the
Many
magic
legs.
you have probably, yes, fits you to whatever is closest. And
I think
there
it is
were no
because
centaurs
you are-
then.
You are a Nephilim.
It is why I am a lizard, and he is a large turtle.
Why am I a Durgar?
Because you're surly.
Short and
I
grumpy.
think that
I'm not
Hey.
short!
Hey!
Perhaps it's trying to humble you into silence.
Hey.
My
Corvus
No,
grumpily Durgar folds his arms and holds his head down.
my guess would be that
Grumpy.
humans are not found there.
No, not commonly at
Harvest.
least.
Can you see in color?
Oh, interesting.
Corvus.
thought.
You cannot.
Still black and white.
We're gonna find out she's black. That all Drew are
All
black and
Durgar
white.
see black and white.
Is there any message you would like us to take back to Lady for you?
Yes, I miss her dearly, and I am so glad that she is free again. She will always have
Right.
my love for the entirety of my existence, even if I am not there.
By the way, Yuli, really quick, could you put the name of the inventor into the thing just for
Yes,
spelling?
I can indeed.
This is just looking at. How do I act like
Oh, dang.
You were thinking TEL?
No, I did do an E also, but the A,
You
I'm
wanna
not
make sure
surprised
she
by
knows.
3 L's. Total.
This
Hey.
isn't gonna be like the other time that she sent us on the time travel, is it? Because that was really weird, and then we had to play through all the events that happened. And
No, my paths here are quite stable and keep their own continuity.
how do we come back?
You will return to my temple, wander the corridors, and you will end up here in the Nexus again.
Okay.
And I will send you home.
Okay.
Thank you.
You control time travel, or you manipulate it.
More manipulate what is already here.
You don't have any about that, do you?
What was that? You broke up briefly.
You don't have any books about that, do you?
No, I have no books, I'm afraid.
Because
Looking at her, would you like us to bring you anything back?
No, it is not appropriate, but thank you.
A sandwich?
No, I'm like a snack or something.
I do not eat.
Oh. Because I have every intention of trying ancient Saharan food.
What do you mean not appropriate?
Things that
Right.
end up in here, they can end up in the wrong place, you see.
Oh.
I'm sure you saw many a weary wanderer in your travels through the halls.
Some desiccated and some...
Those
Right.
that are not supposed to find their way out do not get out.
Oh, that's lovely.
We should do our best to not end up like them.
Yes. Do not drop anything. Do not. Probably
Right.
best not to
Do not
touch other
take
things.
anything.
How far are we back?
What, from where you were?
Yes.
She actually leans ahead a bit as if trying to peer down the corridor you came from. Let's say, roughly 8,000 years?
Kristen's face drops.
I wonder if my great grandmother is alive yet.
Very few people's great-grandmothers would be.
She is an ancient dragon. I'm
Even
not
for an
sure
ancient dragon, that would be.
Yes, she is. I've avoided asking her how old she is, but she seems to be older than many of her kind, even.
I think this is even older than my great-grandma. And my grandpa's.
It's a big number, Gifton.
I know
It's
what a
smaller
million
than
is.
the million.
I know what a million means.
I tell you what, would you like to partake in a small tradition?
Sure.
Yes.
Really dull.
Except
Oh.
Okay.
Very well.
I'm not good at these. My brother tried to teach me how to do them, but I'm
Okay.
not good.
I'll give you a simple one.
Is the answer a clock?
No. But you should not guess before I tell you it, otherwise I will have to come up with something new.
Oh, okay.
It's time, right? Yeah. I mean,
You say that. This thing, all things devours. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers. Gnaws iron, bright steel, grinds hard stones to mill. Slays kings and ruins towns, and beats mountains down. What is it?
Water.
Time.
Of course.
Hmm.
A fitting one, I think.
Water?
No, this was time, my dear.
Water is an act of it happening, which is the time of it.
Is it? Is it helicopters?
Why? It's a Binford P90 standard.
I'm sorry, but I had to have Gifted continually get this wrong. But it's water, right?
And she sort of lazily gestures with one of those front paws off to the side, and you see torches suddenly flare up around the doorway. This will take you where you need to go.
Bye bye.
Cass is actually stopping and thinking, Since you gave us a riddle, is it all right if we give you a riddle?
Oh, please.
My mom used to tell me this one, but I am round, I am a room. I have no windows or doors, and I always wear a hat. What am I?
I am round, I have no room. I have no windows.
I am round, I am a room. I have no windows or doors, and I always wear a hat.
Perhaps I will give you the answer when you return. I will not squander this.
This is what she devours.
And she looks immensely pleased.
She's been given the gift of something to think about. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
I'll try to
So do I really not talk?
insult anyone, but
Not
I
at
don't
all.
know.
thank you.
Yeah, the other guys don't talk.
Ugh.
They only do sign language. You got to learn your sign language.
That tradition came about roughly 6,000 years ago. You will talk.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
No.
Oh, don't
make
be
it-
so glum about it.
Can we make a side trip on this way through?
Do not
I
divert.
We know the origin.
I went away at her. My name
now.
is Gifton. It was nice to meet you.
It was lovely to meet you as well, Gifton.
I'm Cass.
I am Jackson.
Hey.
Carrick Marsk.
Corvus.
Of all the characters.
Wait, I'm going to be under my new mystique. My name is Trixie the Fae.
You
And
hear a
every-
faint chuckle from the Sphinx as you head down this new corridor.
What are Duragon names?
Maybe
Grumpy.
Rock
Derek-
Grumble?
Derek's a great name.
And you wander
I should
through
go by
this
the name of
corridor
Shell.
for about 5 minutes, far shorter than the journey in. Suddenly, you step out into daylight, and the bustling sound of a living city, as what meets your eyes is many structures shaped similar to this, some flatter, then more square buildings around them. An entire metropolis, like the size of Barast, full of bustling drow, lizard folk. You see these strange turtle-like creatures as well, and immense creatures, much like Klopp, some seemingly helping with construction, others wandering the streets as if on patrol. A full living city, Here's Ancient Kingdom, and that is where we will end this week's session.
This was the city of glass. Or sea.
Sea of Glass, yeah. I mean, if you think about it,
We don't know.
They blew up everything to kill that Sphinx.
I
Yeah.
guess the other question is how are their tunnels connected if we're going to the
Mhm.
same place every
Mhm.
time, or if it's based
Oh,
on
we just came out at a location.
Mhm.
Time and
Tell us
space.
something. Hey, Sam, you really want to thumb your nose up at the gods? Cast Resurrect on the Sphinx.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but
Also,
I'm also
pretty
I'm,
sure Sam has
I'm
magic,
also
so-
weighing my options because there's a reason that freaking Hea didn't bring her Sphinx back, and
Yeah.
that requires looking into first.
Mhm.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I knew the minute you said the maybe if I wished really hard, go like, well,
Yeah.
let's get planning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
'cause-
Gifton's was thinking about it of going. But Gifton's not thinking. Gifton's thinking that wish of maybe if I bring you back and maybe not have you as a Sphinx, it'll blaze past and be okay, right?
See, the thing I'd be more worried about is how you resurrect something that
Has a
kind of
different
exists
continuity of
outside
existence,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is Gifton needs to figure out if it's even possible.
Sam, look at your
Alright,
messages.
everyone
I
take
don't know what you
3,000
want.
XP, and we will do this same time next week.
This,
Thank you.
this-
Thank you.